Hello, 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 hello. It is time to start the show. It's New York Giants time. New York Giants trivia time. And are you ready, guys? Well, let me know Filoni and bring in my brother from all the way from New York City. YTC.
What's up, man? Yeah. Whenever you make those intros, I feel like The Rock, basically. You know, when he does the finally, The Rock has come back, when he snips the crowd like that. I just take it all in when you say it, man. It's really iconic.
I'm
Like
sorry for sending you the
yeah, I
link
saw the thumbnail.
twice. Sorry sending you the link twice. I don't know why.
No, you're good.
On my phone, it showed.
It's
on my
Instagram.
phone, it didn't show it that I sent it. But on my,
I know. No, it's
on
Instagram. No worries. No worries, Corey. It was Instagram because Instagram doesn't have that habit to duplicate a lot of things. Because whenever I post on my story or whenever I share somebody, you know, it sends the photo twice or it puts the same story twice for some reason. It's probably something wrong on Instagram's end, so you're good. Instagram's really buggy, but yeah.
Okay, guys in the chat. Hello.
I'm out of my darkness retreat, but yeah. My 4-day darkness retreat.
I won't be able to see the chat. I'm going to bring up the banner. So, it's not I'm being disrespecting the chat. I just won't be able to see it. The comments. Because I won't be having a banner up.
Yeah. See, I think we should save it for later, yeah. Still on us. Go pull up the all-time record. We'll see about that.
Before I start.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen on the 3rd.
Hey, listen. We're going to see about that week 3. Y'all giving me more smoke than Michael gave y'all smoke, and look what's going to happen. The same result's going to happen. Don't make the same. Just because I'm calm compared to Michael, but yeah. Yeah, y'all remember when Michael was trolling all off season last year, so that I'm not like him.
Okay, let's see, where am I? So, you know, you did this last week.
I think I went 14. Yeah, 14 for 17. Yeah, it was one of my best records I put up there. No, yeah, 90. Yeah, 90 and 50. 50 something. About to crack 100 plus now, so we'll see. I'm about to try to get 12 at least.
Yep, I'm on.
Corey, one more thing, else a suggestion. When you do the trivias, you know, you should put the standings in the banner thing below too, not just so that way we know who's leading, like in the top 5. That'd be cool.
But right now, David McNiner's in the lead.
All right. Let's see if I can catch up to him. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so this chapter is called Week 10. Alma, how you pronounce that word? Alma meters?
Alma mater. There you go. Alma
Alma
mater.
mater.
Mm-hmm.
So, number one. Which former Giant wide receiver set the record while playing in for the University of Connecticut, Connecticut with 36 straight games with a catch and finished his COLLEGIATE career with 165 receptions?
Uh-huh.
A. Steve Smith. B. Ernest Gray. C. Jeremy Davis. Or D. Lionel Manuel.
I'm gonna go with C. Jeremy Davis.
Jeremy Davis. And you are correct.
That's 1-0.
Okay. Number two is a true or false question.
All right.
Davis Webb was the first quarterback in Texas Tech history to pass over 400 yards twice in his freshman season. True or false?
Hang on, come again? Repeat the question.
Davis Webb was the first quarterback in Texas Tech history to pass for over 400 yards twice in his freshman season.
True or false? I'm gonna go with I don't know too much about Webb. I'm gonna go with false.
You're gonna go false, and you are wrong. It's true.
Damn.
Okay, number three.
Okay.
Which former Giants quarterback was the leading rusher passes for the Cornell University Big Red every year, in which he was the starter? A. Earl Morrell. B. Gary Wood. C. Beanie Freeman. Or D. Fran Tarkenton.
I'm gonna go with B. Gary Wood.
B. Gary Wood. And you are correct.
All right. That was a lucky wire. 2 for 1 now. All right.
Okay, number 4.
All right. Number 4.
Ruben Randall was a 5-star recruit and a top wide receiver prospect in the nation coming out of high school. Which school did he sign with on National Signing Day? A. SMU. B. TCU. C. LSU. Or D. BYU.
LSU.
LSU. And so let's see.
What up, Raphael?
And you are correct.
Yeah, the only LSU receiver that didn't pan out.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Like I said, I can't see you, chat.
Mm-hmm. Before I hated Darius Slayton, I hated Ruben Randall. Yeah, Ruben Foster. Not Ruben Foster, Ruben Randall. They sound so similar, but whatever.
Yep.
Ruben Randall, I hated him.
Number 5.
Number 5, what's up?
Which future Giants receiver set the Orange Bowl record with 3 touchdown catches in 2005 to help USC trounce Oklahoma in a national championship game?
Wait, what school he came out of?
USC.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
A. Ruben Randall. B. Johnny Perkins. C. Bobby Johnson. D. Steve Smith.
I'm going to take the D for the first time, Steve Smith.
D. Steve Smith. And you are correct.
Oh, wow. I guess that one. Only because I knew what school he went to, USC, so.
So you're 4-1.
All right.
Okay,
we're
number 6.
racking up. All right, number 6.
How's the chat looking?
They're just hollering at each other right now.
Okay.
People falling in, but go ahead. Hollering.
Thomas Lewis caught a 99-yard touchdown pass in 1993 to equal the NCCA record for the longest touchdown pass in the Division I football history. He also set 2 Big Ten records, including the most receiving yards, 285 in a single game. Which Big Ten college did Lewis play for? A. Indiana University. B. University of Iowa. C. University of Maryland. Or D. University of Minnesota.
I'm going to go with University of Indiana. A?
A.
The Niner. Go ahead.
Correct.
All right, 5 for 1. Let's go. We're cooking.
Okay, number 7. And I believe it's
All
a
right,
true
number
and false
7.
question.
All right.
Okay. UCLA running back read that again. UCLA running back Paul Perkins led the Pac-12 in rushing in 2014 with 1,575 yards. True or false?
I'm going to go with, what year was it? 2014?
Yes.
All right, true.
True. A. True. And you are correct.
No, because I remember I was confusing between 2015 and 14. That's why I knew you have Paul Perkins when he played for us.
Okay, number 8.
Mm-hmm. All right, number 8.
Ron Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Dane was a 1999 consensus CONSENSUS All-American who joined the elite company of 8 running backs who rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of their 4 college season. Which college did he attend? A. University of Notre Dame. B. Boise State University. C. University of Wisconsin. Or D. Penn State University.
I'm gonna go with C. I think Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Mhm.
C. And you are correct.
All right.
You know what I did last weekend on the 49ers trivia?
Okay. What happened?
It was the question was asking how many touches did the 49ers touch the ball, how many times they touched the ball. And I automatically assumed touches meant touchdown. So I assumed it said touchdown. And I'm like, what game we ever scored 39 touchdowns?
39 touchdowns? You mean collectively or in a game? What? Or
But I
do you
was
mean
reading
points?
wrong.
Yeah. All right. So I got number 8. All right.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, we're on number 9, so I'm 7 for 1. No, I'm 8 for 1, yeah. Coming up. Go ahead, number 9.
Number 9. Where's number 9? Oh.
All right, that's 7
Which
for
New
1.
York? Which New York running back played Collegiate? How you say his word? Collegiate.
Collegiate
Football for the Evansville Purple Aces, Illinois Fighting Illinois, and Northwestern Wildcats. A. Rashad Jennings. B. Sean Bennett. C. Brandon Jacobs. Or D. Joe Morrison.
I'm going to go with B because it's the most random answer. I don't know this answer right here. Sean Bennett. It's the most
B.
random.
And you are correct.
What? Oh, wow. That horseshoe is shining it right up. Oh, wow. I simply guessed it and got it. Oh. What up, Corona?
What's up, Corona? Come on, move out my way. Okay, number 10. Come on, stop doing this. Okay. Number 10. Where's number 10? Tyrone Whitley was a 2-sport standout at Michigan who was a Big Ten champion with track and field event. A. Triple jump. B. Pole vault. C. Shot put. Or D. 110-meter hurdles.
I'm going to go with the D. I'm taking the D on this one. 110-meter hurdles.
Yep, you are correct.
Wow. I guess that I took the D and it actually worked.
Oh, what is this? Come on.
And now I have some post-league clarity to, help me with this trivia shit.
Where's my thing? Okay. Okay, number 11.
Damian Lee, John Gotti. We're talking the Mafia, but yeah.
Okay, number 11. Giants fullback Ward Cuff set the school record in the javelin throw and was the heavyweight boxing champion. Which college? A. Marquette. Is that saying that right?
Marquette? Yeah, okay.
B. Michigan. C. Auburn. Or D. Texas A&M.
Wait, come again? Who's the fullback name?
Ward Cuff.
Warwick who?
Cuff. C-U-F-F. Ward. A-W-A-R-D. Cuff. C-U-F-F.
Hang on, I'm thinking. Let me see the options. It's a really tricky one. I'm gonna go with B, Michigan.
B. Michigan. Come on. You start bringing this shit up.
Did I get it? I doubt it.
Hold on. Nope, you're wrong. It's A.
Oh wow. Marquette.
So it's 2. You missed 2 already.
All right. Hang on, what question we're on? 11. So yeah, I'm 8 for 10 then. 8 for 8.
Okay, now number 12.
All right.
And number 12 is a true and false question.
All right.
Okay, Butch Woolfolk
All right.
was an All-American sprinter at the University of Michigan and the Big Ten champions in 2 track and field events. True or false?
Hang on. Vince who? How do you spell his last name?
Woolf.
Whoa, okay.
Woolfolk. Folk.
I'm gonna go with because it sounds wrong. Is it true?
You are correct.
Oh wow. I didn't know this one either, but I got it. I'll take it. So that's 9 for 2 already. Let's go. All right, number 9. 9 questions I got so far, right? Oh, 10 to 2? Oh, wow. Okay. I've cracked double digits. All right, so we're cooking. We're cooking.
Number 13.
13? Okay.
David is trying to catch you. Which of the Giants' top overall draft picks won the Best Blocker Award in Southern Eastern Conference in 1963 and 1964 while playing football at Auburn University? A. Francis Pay. B. Lou Cordolion. Is that said it right? Cordolion. Number B. Is that said it right?
Hang on, let me read it. Hold on. A. Francis P. Cordelion. Oh, there you go. Cordelion's Italian.
Okay. And C. Joe Don Looney. Or D. Tucker Fredrickson.
Tucker who? Hang on. Tucker Fredrickson?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Frederick. Okay, let me guess. I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna go with it's hard. I'm gonna go with A.
A.
Francis P. P.A.
No. You
Damn.
should have took the D.
Tucker? Oh wow. Well, that's my third wrong, so I'm 10 for three. All right.
Okay. Number 14.
14? All right.
I'm going to ship Carl out to you.
Come again?
Can I ship Carl to you?
Should you what?
Can I ship Carl to you? Carl's my rooster.
Oh, your rooster? Oh wow.
You want him? Offensive tackle Scott Griggs was credited with 82 knockdown blocks during his senior season at which school? A. University of Maine. B. University of Montana. C. University of Washington. D. University of Oregon.
I'm gonna take Montana.
Montana. That's B. And you are correct.
All right, so that's 11 for 3. Okay, 11 for 3 now. Got it.
Okay, 15. Gotta turn the page. Okay. Dominique Rogers. Oh, goodness. Dominique Rogers Cromartie
Oh, Cromartie, DRC. Okay, Dominique Rogers Cromartie, yeah.
was a versatile athlete who played cornerback, wide receiver, and kickoff returners. For which HBCU school? A.
All right, A.
Tuskegee University. B.
Money.
Hampton University. C. Tennessee State University. Or D. Grambling University.
I'm gonna go with C, Tennessee.
Tennessee. And
DRC.
you are correct.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I already knew where DRC went to, but yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That's
Boom.
12 for 15. That's 12 for 3, yeah. 12 for 15 total.
Okay, read the bottom. Read the banner.
Do I want to accept? I know what this is. Here we go. Do I want 3 bonus questions? You know what? Bring it on. All 3 of them, yeah. Let's get this done with. Faster we can get the people on the panel. But yeah.
Okay, number 16.
All right.
Which University of Miami defensive tackle started all 51 games in his college career before playing 5 seasons with the Giants? A. Williams Joseph. B. Leonard Marshall. C. Justin Tuck. D. George Martin.
Hang on. Come again? Hang on. Read the question again?
Which University of Miami defensive tackle started all 51 games in college career before playing 5 seasons with the Giants?
Oh, 5 seasons.
A.
Already.
William Joseph. B. Leonard Marshall. C. Justin Tuck. D. George Martin.
I don't think any of those guys, went to that, but I'm going to go with A, William Joseph.
A, and you are correct.
All right. Oh, yeah, to answer your question, CG, he kind of is better than Brendel. So, yeah. Much better run blocker than pass blocker from when he played with us. But, yeah, that's a quick insight for Feliciano.
Okay, number 17 is a true and false question.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Taylor was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease while playing football at Georgia Tech, but made a full recovery and played 3 seasons with the Giants. True or false?
I'm going to go with true. Cooper Taylor? I haven't heard that name in a while. Did I get it?
You said false? You said true?
True, I said true. Yeah, true.
You said false.
Da. Haven't heard that name in a while, but yeah, Cooper Taylor. Another bust safety we drafted.
Okay.
All right,
18.
so last one. All right, at least I got so far 13 right. I can still get 14. 14 for 18 at least.
Clint, C-L-I-N-T. Clint Sinton was a dominant college player who led the NCAA in sacks by a linebacker during his senior year. For which school? A, University of Wisconsin. B, Michigan State University. C, Texas Christian University. Or D, University of Virginia.
I'm going to go with Virginia to end it off here.
So you're taking the D. And you are correct. And that's 14. And now read this one.
The last two to wrap up 10. I mean, we're going to go to 20, so might as well. Might as well go to 20.
Okay.
So we can so we can get this chapter done, yeah.
Which prestigious let me spell it out.
Prestigious?
Yeah.
All right.
Ward did cornerback Aaron Ross win as a senior at University of Texas for being the top defensive back in the country? A, the Jim Thorpe Award. B, the Doak Walker Award. Or C, Sam Hoff Award. Or D, Heisman Trophy Award.
I'm going to go with A. Only because it's well known. I'll go with Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe Award. A. And you are correct.
All right, so that's 14. Hang on. That's 14.
15.
Oh, 15. All right, let's go for 16 then if I get the last one right. All right. 14 for 19, so yeah. Yeah, 15 for 19. Try to get, yeah.
And it is a true and false question.
All right.
Okay. Duran Thompson broke Eric Waddle's record of 18 career interceptions in 2015 to become the all-time interception leader for the Mountain West Conference. True or false?
To end this one, I'm gonna go with gun to my head. I'm gonna go with false. Screw it.
Oh,
Damn. I got it wrong, did I?
true.
It was true, damn. Well, I finished 15 for 20 then, alright. Not bad.
Yeah.
I got 15 right.
15 right and 4 wrong. I mean, 5 wrong.
Yeah, I went 15 for 20, yeah, not bad. Alright. So I went 2 for 2 on the bonus questions. Alright, yeah. I went 3 for 2 on the final bonus questions, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go send people invites in their what's his name?
DMs on Instagram?
Yeah. Like John Jay. Let me go do John Jay. Let me get the invite first. Copy the link.
What's wrong with the comment section? You could just drop it in the comments.
No, somebody's in the comments.
That's fine. Bring them in, I guess.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Don't waste your time trying to DM everybody. Just put it in the I'm just playing right now, that's all.
So have y'all started y'all mini?
Yeah, we've been started that. Yeah, Giants been started their OTAs. It's been looking solid so far. John.
Hey, John Jay. How you doing?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, David Corona?
Shout out to
What's up, Corey?
Shout out to the great thumbnail. That's what's gonna happen week 3.
What's
Hey,
up, YPC?
What's up, Corona?
What's cracking?
What's up, my
So what happened?
brother?
So what's up? So what happened to the Dodgers, man?
I don't know. You tell me. That was a good game, though.
Yeah, really good
Dodgers,
series.
Yeah, what happened, Corona? I thought they were gonna.
You won the first game, and then we won 2 straight after that.
Yep.
I thought they were gonna sweep the Yankees. You were talking
You
all
let
that.
a random named Jake Bauer.
We
so-
Yeah,
you
good
talk
you
all
guys.
that smack, Corona.
You know how we do it?
How?
Well, I know how you do it. That's the problem, because you're not doing it right.
We're gonna beat the Giants next. We're gonna sweep the
Oh,
Giants.
wow.
When are we playing again, man? Wait, we gotta wait till September because we don't play you guys for some reason.
You guys still all the way in the bottom.
We're not at the bottom. We're right behind you.
Well, when did you guys play?
The Giants are the #1 New York team and the #1 California team.
Oh hell no!
Oh, y'all play in June, actually.
Oh, we do.
You'll play this Friday. Giants and Dodgers in Dodger Stadium.
All right, hold on.
This upcoming weekend, y'all play.
Corona, you're still holding out for that Warriors jersey, right?
Oh hell no!
He said, hell now.
That's what you
David
told the
Corona.
cashier. We heard you. We all heard you. Didn't you hear him, John Jay?
Well, he's a secret Warriors fan. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but he should at least admit it.
Admit what?
That
You're
you're
a
a
Cowboys
Warriors
fan.
fan.
Hell no! I'm a Lakers fan.
At that point, you might as well be a Rams fan since you're close
You know
to
what?
Inglewood.
You know what? Once I save up enough money, I'm gonna drive all the way to LA. I'm gonna find Corona. I'm gonna put a Warrior jersey on him, and I'm gonna take it to whatever the stadium is called, and say, "Well, two Warrior brothers."
Oh hell no! I have my Lakers jersey.
Nah, he's gonna make sure it's in front of SoFi just so you can take a photo of them unconsciously wearing a jersey.
Oh man. Anyway.
No,
How you
he's
doing,
gonna
Corey?
have a Warriors jersey in one hand and a Dallas Cowboys one in the other.
Oh hell no!
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no!
So how you doing, Corey?
I'm doing okay. It's my arm hurt.
What you do today?
Hey Corey.
Guys,
Okay.
hey, Jeff. So YTC right now, you at
What happened?
15 and 5.
YTC went 22-0, huh?
No, I wish.
I'm still the only person.
I went 15 for 20. I
Why
broke my own
YTC went
record.
49-0?
I'm
I
still
broke
the
my
only
own record,
person
so yeah.
who
Oh,
somehow went 15-0. I did.
All right,
Corey was
so
too nice to me. He's like,
I'm at
"Oh,
113 now.
Dante went 14 for 1." You know what? I'm
Nice.
just gonna go. Just playing.
Hang on. I had 50 lost. What's 115? Oh, I'm at 113. Yeah, 113 to 55. Let's go.
Shout out to
damn, that's awesome.
shout out to the Nuggets. They're winning right
So
now.
what's up, Jeff?
How you doing?
I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've been doing a lot of dancing because I want to be a dance instructor, like I told you.
Really?
Yeah, I knocked down about 140 full dance routines so far. It's a great way to meet the ladies, I got to tell you.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
It's been rough on the West Coast today because not the West Coast, the East Coast.
The West.
Oh, yeah, my mom was telling me because there's like something coming down from Toronto, right? Some kind of
Yeah,
hazy
blame-
fog or
yeah.
some.
Yeah, that it looked apocalyptic as hell. Like it was an orange cloud. It came from a fire. You know the world fires from over in Canada. So yeah, blame Skin Beast Country for that thing.
Yeah, all over New York, I heard. My mom, like, she was gonna go shopping, and she's like, you know what? Forget it. It's too scary out there. It's like the Omen out there.
I wore my whole mask for that entire occasion.
Yeah, I believe it.
No, I still got my coronavirus masks. I had some laying around, so I had to use it. To bring in some groceries I ordered. So yeah.
Yeah, but I get allergies when I sweep the floor and stuff, so I wore like a Halloween pumpkin mask.
Oh wow,
I'd be rocking that in Nazareth, believe it or not.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I remember I bought me this running mask, for people to run, and
Yeah.
I use that for 2020. That stuff is pretty cool. It's very light fabric, nice. It's a special type of cotton blend, polyester. You can breathe through it, and it looks like a scarf, but it's like customized for your neck all the way up to your nose. So
Nice.
It's like when you're snowboarding, it's one of those customized. I still have it. Wow. I'm never gonna.
Wow,
Get
it's nice.
that stuff is cool.
Yeah, it's really breathable, right?
Yep. I remember those Call of Duty masks, the Ghost.
Oh, yeah, look.
I
Ghost?
remember
Oh,
everyone
Oh yeah, I remember that.
started wearing those during
yeah, those
2020.
ghost masks. Yeah.
Yeah, they were so
Hey,
cool.
I have an excuse to wear it outside because I use it when I play the game.
Yeah, those ghost masks.
And wasn't the SOCOM mask really similar to that one?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Is anybody going to the SoCal or the NoCal barbecue?
I don't know what that is.
Either North California or the Southern California barbecue.
No.
No,
I
there's a
don't
thing
know
about it
what
on
that is.
Facebook. I saw it. I was talking to somebody last night who's in Hawaii, and he was flying in to go to the one on Saturday in SoCal.
Oh, Southern California.
Yeah, Southern California, Northern California. Northern California is on the 17th, I believe, because I was talking to somebody else today about it.
Where? Like what
Um,
city?
I have to look it up. I have to ask my friend. I'll let you know, John Jay.
Anyway, well, on the 25th, I'm gonna finally drag myself to Santa Clara. I'm gonna go meet that what's that guy? That Green Bay Packers Grassi.
Tom Grossi, yeah.
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 No. Yeah.
Well, you trying to get him to read your channel? No, stop.
Nah.
Because TRL somehow got lucky with that.
Let's see. Like I got the schedule. I don't know what happened in New York, but he said that he couldn't go to the stadium.
I guess because there's some ongoing festival or something. Because usually we have festivals this time of year, and
No,
also
like,
besides the
no,
cloud
they said
situation.
that they closed down the stadium for some reason.
Yeah, because they're doing. I think they're still doing renovating. I think I don't know.
All right, so
Yeah, they're always doing those renovations. You're right about that, Y2C.
Oh, yeah,
No, because we got turf coming. No, because we replaced the turf, so I think there's still.
So today, Tom Grassi went to YTC's favorite team, the Eagles.
Yeah.
YTC. Read the
Shout out
Bible.
to the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, on Corey.
Read the bottom.
Rewind.
Damn,
All right.
those are crazy results. He's getting better results than McNiner.
Wait, really? Did I pass him?
I don't mind.
You're getting up there for sure if you didn't pass him already.
Now, David
Oh,
McNiner,
Y2C.
David McNiner has a
He's this
120
right now. This is
135.
100.
There you go.
Oh, 135?
Mhm.
Oh, that's going to be it's going to take a while to catch up.
No, you'd be surprised. It's the same amount of questions. By next week, you could probably surpass him if you get a lot of the questions right, which you probably will.
All right. I'm just trying to crack top 5. That's what I'm grateful right now for. So, yeah.
So, John Jay, who is Jake Brendel?
You know who Jake Brendel is?
No,
Wow. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
I know.
That's our center.
Jake Brendel. No, CG asked me about if this Feliciano guy's better than fucking Brendel. Run blocking wise, he's way better, but I don't know about pass blocking. No, that's what I answered.
Here's the thing that is going to infuriate me. Why did we give him the contract that we gave him, and he could lose out his job to a free agent that we're paying pennies for? That makes no sense to me. Why did you do that?
It might take him because he's a better run blocker. That's why.
I think Kyle has Brendel as a starting center. No disrespect, but he hasn't, got the playbook yet, so he doesn't know, all the cadence.
He'll be surprised in preseason.
But even if he does start, he's going to be awful because the cadence are different. Okay, because when you're the center, you're in charge of setting up the protections, so you tell what to do.
To the left or right, or max protect.
So.
Oh, John Jay.
John Jay, he says it's in Riverside area.
Yeah, I don't live in Riverside. That's where David lives.
Oh, that's where Corona lives?
I live in the Bay Area. I live like a few minutes away from San Francisco. That's how close I am. I'm way up here.
Yeah.
How far is Riverside from you? 45 minutes? An hour?
About 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah, California's huge.
It's like Germany, right?
Whole country. No, think of Russia.
Technically, California can be like Northern California and Southern California. It's like the Dakotas and the Carolinas.
Carolinas, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
Virginia,
I remember
Virginia,
in 2014, they were trying to divide the states into 6 different states. That's how big it is.
At this point, you guys can compete with Russia because the majority of Russia is all wilderness, so you guys can populate them if you were your own country.
Well, California.
It's also cold as hell in Russia.
Oh yeah, okay, come on.
No, because landmass wise, when you look at a map, it looks way bigger, but That's just a deceiving front for big wilderness.
Well, YTC, don't kid yourself. Germany is also really big.
So here's the thing about Russia. Russia, they are an autonomous people. So they're not European and they're not Asian because their country spans from the Pacific Ocean all the way to Eastern Europe.
There we go.
So they're a weird, homogenous people. So it's very confusing because there are Russian people that look Asian, and there are Russian people that look like Italian.
Multiple ethnicities.
It's a
Yeah,
weird
that's true.
country. It's a huge.
Multiple ethnicities and religions. Yeah.
Not ethnicities. Again, they're a homogenous group of people. So it's
Yeah, they are homogenous.
What's up, McNiner? How you doing,
That's
McNiner?
actually what I'm sticking in my ear right now.
My
Big
bad,
old thing.
everybody. What's up, Big Diner?
Hey,
What about
McNiner.
Donkey
What's up,
Slayer.
McNiner.
Yeah. Damian Lee might be joining. So if he
that's cool.
he's having some technical difficulties, so hopefully he's able to figure it
Well,
out.
I don't think I've ever seen what he looks like.
No, I've seen Damian Lee
Damian
one
Lee.
time. He cursed out the Rams that one time. I've seen how he looks.
What
Yeah.
was it? Was it? I think
Oh,
he
you have?
joined us on the
That one Friday
Friday,
stream. Yeah,
the
he
Friday
cursed him
night
out.
show one.
Oh, he was on Ryan's
That's the
show?
one time I've seen him.
I think he joined us there once. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on mine one time too.
Yeah, cursing out the Rams. That was the only time I've seen him.
Oh yeah, it was a Sunday a few months back, and there was a Rams fan that was like,
Jim Everett?
it wasn't Rudy, it wasn't Marketing Pro, it was like a random Rams, and he was calling
Jim Everett?
everyone in the panel. Oh, that's
Here he is. Hello, Damien.
What's up?
What's up, Damian Lee?
It's all for you, Damien.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, Damien.
What's up?
So John J, David, Corona, and my fourth. I'm buying 3 new 49ers trivia books.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Right on.
All right. So now you guys
Oh, boy.
incorporate to the books like me.
Trivia books.
Oh boy. How'd
Oh,
YTC
yeah.
do tonight?
He went 15 out of 5. He missed
He's
5.
getting close to you,
Not
McNiner.
bad. You're getting up there, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. By next week, he'll be at your spot.
I'm
And
just
what I
grateful to
did
be top 5 right
also,
now. If that's the case.
also, so remember I said chapter 1 gonna probably be our last one, but I decided to go look at the ones that we missed, like the 5, and so I want to do chapter 6. I'm gonna put chapter 6 and chapter 7 and chapter 8 together,
Okay.
and then I put that together. And that'll be week 14. And then week 15 is gonna be chapter. I think it's chapter 9, chapter 10, and chapter 11.
Yeah, the 5 questions that we didn't answer because we only did 15.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of us answered them, I think. I answered it, I think.
Nah,
But no, that's chapter. That's the ones you did. We see at chapter 11. I stopped. I mean, I didn't do no bonus questions on chapter.
He didn't
on
record it,
chapter
I
11.
guess. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 11.
Yeah, it's not recorded. So yeah, it's off the books.
Right. YTT, what time is your show tomorrow night?
My show tomorrow. I don't run a show until like what Saturday.
Hey,
yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
doing
I'll be back right
Red
now.
Sox,
7?
Yankees and Red Sox.
Okay.
All right. All right, Corona.
It's Yankees and Red
Oh.
Sox talk?
Hold on. Is he
Yeah.
going through Walmart? Because
Okay.
that's
On the
what
10th, yeah, this Saturday. They're about to
Oh,
have
we
a
love
local, so I'm
Walmart.
going to watch it on Fox.
Oh, got you.
Walmart.
Corona actually walked through
Yeah,
Walmart
next
while we
Wednesday,
were taking
I will be live.
the last trivia, and yeah, so we emphasize when we take the D, and he's walking through there with his loudspeaker on.
and he
Clean up in
man.
aisle 3. David
and he
Corona
had the balls. He had the balls to tell a random stranger on the cashier what it meant.
Damn.
Weirdo.
John
He actually
J.
found-
McDiner,
he actually found a cat too.
clean up in
Yep.
aisle 3, David Corona P.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, any
But
90
John J.
news
He didn't
today?
tell him that he was a Warriors fan.
What? What'd you say, Corey?
Any 90 news today?
I saw a lot of videos. I saw a lot of videos of the OTAs. I saw like some clips of Steve Wilkes, the Amador, and somebody else speaking to the media. Yeah.
Why is
I
ESPN saying
can't
that?
say- Go ahead.
Why is ESPN saying that Seattle had the best draft picks? How does everybody feel about that?
They had a good draft, but they didn't have the best draft overall.
So why does
Premature.
ESPN say that?
Because that's why we don't take them seriously. BSPN. That's what I call.
Yeah, don't ever take what ESPN says seriously
If
because
it's
they're
anything with ESPN or anything, like PFF, now we don't take it seriously.
they're like speculation and clickbait is what they do. So you don't
Okay.
want to
They're cherry
take what they
pickers.
say seriously.
Okay.
No, they're cherry picking vultures that pick whatever they want just to suit their narrative. Just some random cherry picking.
Mm-hmm. So one of the reasons why they say that is, of course, they need to talk about something because there's nothing to talk about. But they look at their 2 first-round selections that they picked up were some top tier prospects of the first round. So they're gonna take that information and just say, all right, they picked up some really good players in the first round. Then they look at what they did from round 2 all the way to round 7. And they're going to look at the grades of the players of each round and what they predict. So overall, they're going by a grading system, which is not really accurate, and just going all right. So what the players they have, Seattle got a bunch of good prospects. Here's the problem.
Yeah, they did.
Here's the problem. Are they all going to pan out? That's an easy answer. No. So at the end of the day, they got a bunch of good prospects. But at the same time, it's about coaching and development. If they cannot develop a player, that's why you wait 3 years to make an assessment, because it takes about 3 years for a young rookie to assimilate to the NFL, because the game is very different than college. It is.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
And Tony, you're right. He should be a captain.
Tony also said that it's CMC's birthday today.
Shout out to Lisa McCaffrey.
Well, happy birthday to the second best running back in the league.
That's not true.
John Jay,
Oh,
Yep.
your buddies in the chat.
I know he's not my buddy. He's YTC's buddy. Oh wait, hold on. Shout out to Justin Fields. He still sucks. I have to say that. And you can make fun of Trey Lance's hair. I don't care if he has hair or not. You can make fun of that. It does not bother me.
Trey Lance. What does a man's hairline have to do with their playing ability? He's just being petty at that point.
Hilarious. He has no hair. He has no hair. Okay. How is that an insult? I know a lot of people who are very successful.
yeah, exactly. A lot of people go bald. A lot of people do it as a style.
True.
Yeah, like The Rock, and he went
Yeah,
bald
exactly.
eventually. Vin Diesel. What's wrong with bald people?
Yeah, it saved tons of people's heads. People want it as a style, even.
If my hairline fucks up, like Trey Lance at some point in my life, I'll just go bald. I don't care.
It's not even like remotely an insult.
I know.
David McNiner. David McNiner.
Yo,
Guess what?
what's up?
Our new tackle that we got from the Eagles, he's thicker
Danielle
than
Hunter.
a Snicker. He's thicker than a
I
Snicker.
heard his legs are are some of the biggest that Grant's ever seen. And the dude is, he's like 307, 310 range, but he's only like 6'1", 6'2". So, he'll get a low center of gravity. He's strong as hell. I honestly could see him playing into his mid-30s. I could see him playing his contract out.
I could see him to like 32, 33.
The taller players typically don't because of, the extra length, the wear and the tear. The shorter players, the whole lower center of gravity thing, I could see him playing into his mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll max out by 32, 33, something like that.
King of the NFC? Oh, wow.
I told you. See, this guy is delusional.
Yo, I say, watch your mouth. Put respect on the king of the NFC.
Nah. The king of the NFC.
I told you.
Justin Fields.
Who?
The Bears can't even walk on the same field as the 49ers. Y'all might be the last season, but y'all can't walk on the same shoes as us. Because, we're five times Super Bowl champions.
All right,
Hey, they were only 8 wins short of what Michael predicted.
Yeah, Michael did say 10 wins last year, and look what happened.
Oh man! Shout out to Michael,
And Michael, the king of the NFC is not.
He loves his
not
team.
In Justin Fields. It's the team that actually beat you.
Fields won't stay healthy. I know by experience. Oh, look at Steve.
Nah, the king of the NFC is the one that beat him. Back in week 4 when we played you.
Yeah.
Well, at least Michael don't have to deal with the guy that owns him no more.
Oh,
well,
wow.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the second best quarterback in New Jersey.
I still own you.
Yeah, we're all praising. Yep, we're about to praise the second best quarterback in New Jersey right now for whooping them.
So speaking of that, so YTC loves the Packers. He also is from the New Jersey Jets. YTC was so happy that the New Jersey Jets got his favorite quarterback from his home team, the Packers.
Yeah. No, because Jets fans don't know how to act. He's already a top 5 franchise quarterback in their history. That's how sad they are.
Ooh.
He hasn't played a single snap. He's already top 5 in their league history.
Brian's wife, Tony, shout out to her, subscribe to her channel, says, at Corey, how many TDs do you predict Brandon Ayuk will get this season? He made 8 last year. I predict Ayuk will
10?
make 10.
Interesting.
Subscribe to Tony's channel.
Yep, subscribe to their channel. And
Yep.
to answer that question, I think he can. Even if it depends. Oh, coming in. The Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
There he is.
it's about to get funny.
Oh man, here we go.
Get your
Here we
popcorn
go.
out.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Michael!
Before anybody speaks or interrupts me,
Not yet.
49ers Empire. Acknowledge me.
No.
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 Who? Acknowledge what?
What? No.
Acknowledge what?
No.
Daniel Jones' son?
First of all,
There's nothing to acknowledge.
Michael, you're not Samoan. I am, so you need to acknowledge me.
Nah.
I'm acknowledging the team that got 3 wins and was at the bottom of the NFC last year.
Acknowledge the team that it was worth it in the end.
Okay.
Worth it in the end.
I don't get it.
How do you know it'll be worth it in the end? It hasn't happened yet.
Hey,
He's a psychic.
DJ Moore.
Psychic.
Hey, DJ Moore is phenomenal, man. I wish we had a receiver like him last year. Also, I will say this: if we signed CP3, I wouldn't mind it, but he's a playoff.
CP3? Yeah, I don't
That's
mind if
a
he
lot
comes to
of
the
money.
Knicks so he can play off the bench next to a real point guard. Cough, cough.
If you sign CP3, you might as well sign R2D2.
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 CP3.
Oh, y'all know what? I'll be back. I'm gonna go get the cup that Mrs. Cup made me.
Oh, cool.
Hold on, I'll be back.
But Michael, you really think you're the king of the NFC?
I'm the king of the NFC.
The king?
I
No,
think
my quarterback's the king of the going to be
I think
king
you
of the
meant to
NFC.
say is, are you sure that Justin Fields will be the king of the NFC? Is that what you
No,
meant?
I already know he's not going to be.
All I know is you said a question. You said, are you sure? That is a question, right?
We all know it's not going to happen.
Shout out to Don Burr, the king of the Bears.
Oh,
Go Lions.
And Michael.
Speaking of Don Burr,
And Michael, we run into you the plus for running your pockets again.
Don Burr has a message to you 49ers fans.
Yeah, I know. He says Detroit versus everybody.
Detroit versus everybody?
Oh,
the same cookie cutter message?
No. He said that Trey Lance and Justin Fields are both busts and will be backup quarterbacks.
Oh, wow.
But did you hear what he said? He said Justin Fields is also a bust.
But then again, Michael, how does Brock Purdy have a more recent playoff victory than your whole team since 2010?
Good supporting cast.
The supporting cast.
You know it's true because you've said it before.
I know, but when I say I can't get excuses. But you're any different at this point.
You want to know another quarterback who's better than Justin Fields? The great Sam Howell, Washington.
Sam Howell.
We don't. Here's the thing, John Jay. When he flops in Washington, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
That we agree, Michael. That we agree.
Justin Fields has already flopped 2 years in a row.
But you see the potential. We don't.
Sam Howell's about to be added to the long list of quarterbacks
we don't see any potential in Sam
in Washington.
Howell. I don't see any potential in him.
Hey! Shout out to Jonas and KO. I got respect for those dudes.
It's all good on Michael because he's going to get added to the list of quarterbacks
KO
Daniel Jones is going to own in Washington.
But the only person I take Bears advice is Jonas because he's very real.
Oh yeah, Jonas did say no. Jonas said 10 wins in his last podcast. I think with him and Kofi, they were doing a podcast during my stream. They said the same thing too.
Okay, here we go. So, first cup I bought from them. I bought this one from them. It's got all the 49ers defensive players on.
Is that from Brian?
Yep.
Nice.
I bought this one from them.
Good cup giving him, Brian.
And then I wasn't expecting this. They made me one. First is this one, the side.
Oh, speaking of Brian,
damn.
Oh, that's nice. Speaking of Brian, how's that kicker going? I heard he missed a 38-yard field goal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, CG posted it. So I know
wow.
Happens.
Oh wow.
As long as that happens in practice and not in a crucial game.
And listen, Michael, I'm not shocked he posted because
David.
he's still a
Thank you.
secret Eagles fan. Cough, cough.
Who's a secret Eagles fan?
CG. What else?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, because you guys have a little rivalry going on with Philadelphia coming this year, so he wants to post all this propaganda about the Niners.
Hey, what do the Patriots and 49ers have in common? They took kickers in the draft. Except one was way worse.
One still has to be proven unless he's Adam Vinatieri 2.0.
Hey, at least the Patriots was way worse because the Patriots really traded up for a kicker and a punter.
What, Gostkowski you're talking about? Oh, no, we're talking this year. Never mind.
And on this picture, on this one, it's got me and Hufanga. You got me and Hufanga.
Mhm.
I took Hufanga on.
Yeah, I remember when you went to the game, all the players you took pictures with.
I don't know if you sent that to him. I know I sent that to him. But
With the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have, because I didn't. He couldn't ask me because I wouldn't have known he was doing what he was doing.
Oh.
I didn't know it. I thought all of a sudden I opened the box up and I see two little boxes. I said, I only bought one. Why he put 2 boxes in here? And I'm like, why? And then I opened it up and I said, oh. Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. So thank you, Mrs. Cup and Mr. Cup. Thank you.
So Steve-O has 2 questions for Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. See what Johnny Knoxville asks right now.
Ask how many
All right.
Niners can he name? Well, there's Nick
How many
Bosa,
Niners? Bosa, okay.
Fred Warner, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh wow, that was a joke. It wasn't a question. Look at Let's a joke. It was rhetorical. If you look at the comment out there. It was rhetorical.
Well,
He says,
Steve-O, if you can say that, then I know you don't do your
Both
research.
quarterbacks.
both quarterbacks. So who's the other
Who's the
because
backup?
because DJ Moore is well popular even when he wasn't a Bear. So
Because I can only name 2, and they're who's the other quarter? I don't even know the other quarterback.
What?
PJ
Nathan
Walker.
Peterman?
nah, PJ Walker probably.
PJ Walker? Well, that's it. What XFL legend?
And guess what?
PJ Walker?
And guess what, Steve-O? When your quarterback gets hurt, I don't even know who the quarterback coming in. I forgot Josh Johnson.
Lego policeman. No, Lego policeman.
No,
Darnold.
Josh Johnson was still in the league in the NFC Championship. When Brock Purdy went down, and I saw Josh Johnson having warm-ups,
That old fart.
I'm like, holy shit, he's still.
We had
in
him
the
for 1
league.
year on the Giants, but yeah.
He's still in the league. No, last time I heard Josh Johnson's name was 2019. Or I mean, sorry, 2018. Sorry.
No, you know how much we in Washington, we beat him with Josh Johnson at one point when we were blowing him out.
So,
That's how
hey Corey,
I remember.
Corey, you want to hear my hot take for today?
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you think, John. It doesn't matter what your hot take is, because we all know it is shitty.
Oh wow.
Hey, look how y'all got defensive.
He got defensive without he didn't even get to the punchline.
That's what The Rock does.
Okay.
They're not the Rock.
So my hot take of the day is the Vikings are gonna sweep the Bears and
Hey,
the
John,
Packers
do you want to know what
and the
my
Lions.
hot take also is? Do you want to know what hot take is?
All right, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Stats
Uh-oh.
for
It doesn't matter what your hot take is.
Okay, I see you.
I gotta put the.
Corey.
I gotta do this.
I see you. I see you. I see you, man. Okay, Corey.
Damn.
Yo, this is getting timestamped. Somebody got a timestamp.
unfucking expected.
Damn. Corey Day was like, "You're not gonna do a hot take on my channel."
Go ahead,
Not
Mike. I
doing-
was messing with you.
No,
My
he's
hot
like,
take
enough
is-
with your hot takes.
The
Yeah, go ahead.
Rams with
Tell me your goofy hot
Stanford
takes. It's
Bennett.
like your takes about how the Ravens are a horrible team.
Well, that's
Oh, wow.
for betting reasons. You would understand.
Betting reasons, so now you have to. Oh, wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
20's left.
The Rams with Stafford Bennett will sweep the Niners.
What?
Yeah, I'm planning not gonna happen. I'm sure.
Oh,
Michael,
that's in Bennett.
Michael,
Yes.
stay in school. 'Cause-
Or in the words of Stephen A., stay off the weed.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way the Rams are sweeping the 49ers.
What, Stetson Whedon? Bennett?
Oh man, that was so great. I did not see
Rip.
that.
That was hilarious. What a spongy.
That was quite unexpected of you,
It's
Corey.
funny.
Shout out to
That's
Spongy.
definitely getting
They're going to beat
timestamped.
the Giants twice. Shout out to Sponge.
Yeah. Nah, we're gonna get both of y'all.
Okay.
Michael, do you like this picture?
What is
What
okay?
picture?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh wow, you had to bring that up again.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's what we did to y'all week 4, Michael. What are you talking about?
That's what's gonna happen on week 3.
You let Daniel Jones stomp on your entire defense twice on two same plays bootlegs. Your
Against
defense couldn't stop a
Hey,
nosebleed.
like I said,
Yeah, they won't be doing that this year after we trade for
And
him.
secondly, Michael, we had Tyrod Taylor in that game after one of your players took a cheap shot to DJ on his leg, and then on wildcat formations alone, you couldn't make a comeback.
Yeah,
With Justin Fields at quarterback.
When you have 0 receivers, I don't want to.
What's up, Crazy Juice?
Crazy Juice. Another Warriors fan.
We also had 0 receivers. Your point?
You had a head coach that knew it was well experienced.
Michael, what do you think? So, Michael, what do you think your team's going to do if you think you don't have a head coach?
Here's the thing:
You need a head coach to win, Michael.
Well,
They're gonna lose.
The difference because
You should know at this point, Michael. You had fucking Matt Nagy.
Well, here's the thing: Matt Nagy had years to fix his offense, and he didn't do anything. This was a whole new year,
And Eberflus hasn't proven anything yet either. He's had what 3 wins under your regimen?
Yeah,
as a first-time head coach.
Yeah, but he didn't. That was his first.
So how do you know he's gonna pan out in year 2?
Because he has to do it because he has talent on this defense, and
does he know how to manage the talent?
Yeah, he's done it before. He's done it before on the Colts.
On the Colts, well, defensive-wise maybe, but not offensive because I don't recall them making
I'll say
under him.
Matt Eberflus focuses on the defense, and Luke Getsy focuses on the offense.
I mean, we did get one of Eberflus's players on the Giants.
It's basically Bill Belichick on the Patriots. Bill Belichick coaches defense. And
I'm surprised you didn't take the middle linebacker we got, Okiriki from the Colts, because
we got a bigger upgrade in Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah, we'll see about that because I didn't see him being an upgrade against the Bengals when Joe Mixon was running over him.
Sean Desai is not our defensive coordinator. That is wrong.
Sean Desai Mitchell. Mitchell.
That's not our defensive
Michael.
coordinator. That's not our defensive coordinator. That Alan Williams is our defensive coordinator.
But yeah, we got one of Eberflus guys, but we'll see how that works. With Bobby
also, I'm calling it right. Oh, I would not be shocked if the Bears acquired Danielle Hunter.
Danielle Hunter? Oh, wow.
Yeah, apparently he's having contract issues, and the White Queens are looking to trade.
I wouldn't mind him on the Giants if he wants to be the rotation option. I don't care. I wouldn't mind him on the Giants either. Danielle Hunter.
So, 49er fans, I got a question for y'all. Do you think we're going to keep Elijah Mitchell, or do you think we're going to trade him before the trade deadline?
We need to trade him now.
You need to trade him now, huh?
Trade him now.
I'm of losing Sean Desai.
I wouldn't be shocked if y'all did because they got Jordan Mason back there, so.
I'd take a 5th-round pick, trade in Miami.
I'll trade him to the Jets.
Jets? Oh, yeah, because Salah, yeah. Right behind him, Breece Hall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's right now wasting the spot because he's just always injured. Always.
That's a number 2
He could never last in the games. He just and plus games.
I heard he's already dinged up.
Yep.
Yeah, on one game. I mean, he had one good year and then he banged up after that. So yeah. I think he had near 1K, or did he?
Yeah. So we could trade him to the Giants. Let him have him.
Hey, listen. Just like we fixed your boy Matt Breida, we'll fix him too. Cough, cough.
Whatever you need.
Or we could trade him to Chicago.
Yeah, we're trading to Chicago.
No, Chicago definitely needs it more.
What
Well,
position?
there's nothing wrong with Matt
running back.
Breida. It's just,
What position is he?
A running
Running
back.
back Elijah Mitchell.
I know he can replace David
Dude, we're
Montgomery.
filled. We're filled.
No,
with running
didn't
backs.
Montgomery go to the Saints? I think,
We're
or the
filled.
Detroit. Oh no,
We're
Detroit.
filled
Yeah.
with running backs.
He can
bro.
replace David Montgomery because he's on the.
Nah, I'm fine. with
you know,
No,
you're
he's
not
not.
you're not lying. You
He
got
went to the
lots of
Lions.
running backs. You got
Montgomery.
this guy named Justin Fields. Who else you got?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Devontae Foreman,
Overrated.
Khalil Herbert,
Overrated.
Rashawn
Donta
Johnson.
Foreskin. No, stop.
Also, you guys only have one running back. His name is Justin Fields. Who
Two
plays
running backs. Remember, Donta Foreskin or Foreman, whatever.
Hey, Mom,
Foreskin?
Yeah.
keep that same energy. Keep that running back energy this year, bro.
So, Michael, how you became a Chicago Bear fan and not a Florida team?
Yeah, you don't want to go with your boy Jagganoff. Now stop.
First off,
I'm playing.
if I had to choose any Florida team, it'd be the automatically. Well, that's kind of debatable because the Bucks had. Well,
The Succaneers? All right.
if we're talking teams, I would definitely probably pick the Dolphins because they're the more popular team in Florida. But if you're asking me, because the Jacksonville Jaguars are irrelevant, they are the irrelevant.
That's
team
yes or
in
no.
Florida.
Mm-mm.
But I was happily born and raised in Illinois. And a fun fact, my first time watching the Bears was the Super Bowl against the Colts where we lost. But I was new to football. I didn't know a lot about the sports. And I saw a lot of Devin Hester highlights. And the reason why I say he needs to be in the Hall of Fame was because of how dangerous he was. Like, you had teams – the NFL consistently changed their rules to the kickoff because of how dangerous Devin Hester is. Even teams didn't kick his way because they knew how dangerous he was. So that's why I say that Devin Hester deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I will debate RJ and Seal that any day of the week.
And first of all, Michael, why do you need their opinions to validate your claims if he's a Hall of Famer or not?
Well, if you guys say an opinion, you got back it up.
Really?
Yeah, because when you say Daniel,
No, I disagree with a lot of their opinions because they put people on pedestals, but I don't take it, as affirmation if he's is or not a Hall of Famer. So I wouldn't rely on their opinion. With all respect.
It's just too bad Devin Hester had to play with the crappy Bears because if he was on the 49ers, he would have.
I'm sorry, did you ever win a ring?
I'm definitely sure you wanted them on the 49ers in 2011.
I'm sorry, did you ever win a ring with John Harbaugh or some shit?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Did you guys even win a ring with John Harbaugh just to lose to the Ravens?
Yeah, you lose one, you win some.
And you guys blame the lights going out.
Mr. Goodell, yeah. Turning off the lights.
Anyway, whatever, dude. My team is going to be in a Super Bowl sooner than your quarterback.
To lose.
No, we're gonna win.
Yeah, I believe
We
that.
gonna win.
I believe that the first two times. The first time you guys lost to Jumbo Joe Flacco, and you
Joe
guys
Skinny.
lost to Kermit the Frog Mahomes.
All right. What was the last
And
time
then
you
y'all
got?
turn around, and then
the
y'all
highlight-
turn around and y'all
The
lost
highlight of that
to.
Super Bowl was Jimmy Garoppolo overthrowing
Mr. Payton Forehead nonstop.
Hey, I'll say this.
Forehead bang.
Justin Fields would have completed that pass to Sanders.
Oh, wow. All right, now he's taking shots.
But you know what? This is the question I have for that pass. What if it wasn't all Jimmy's fault overthrowing him? What if it was Sanders' fault for slowing down?
Or for
Not
overrunning
thinking
the
that
route.
Jimmy,
Also.
not thinking Jimmy could get it down there that far.
Hey, but what about the last play after that? You remember it well, where it looked like Kobe was it was like 4th down and 10, and Kobe, instead of like throwing it up, he like throws a prayer and says like someone made a meme of him saying Kobe as he like threw it like a basketball and it fell incomplete.
Michael, when was the
I got a
last time?
question. How long has it been since the Bears made it to the playoffs?
Oh wow.
2020.
That doesn't count.
No, better question. When was the last time they had a playoff victory?
2011.
The same year we was.
Okay, no. Here's my question: When was the last time the Bears won a Super Bowl?
Oh no.
I don't know. The same era where the Niners won the Super Bowl.
No, because we won one years later after that. So, what you have on that?
Yep.
What you have on that?
Oh wow.
Ours were
We won three after.
Mike Dick is gone, dude. So, what do you have on that?
Hey, we have
We
Justin,
what?
we have Justin Fields, bro.
You have
That's not a
Justin
lot.
Fields.
That's like that's bringing a used up woman
He's
to a
talented
ball
than
shop.
any of our quarterbacks. He's better than Jay Cutler.
Mm-mm.
But you know how many
Michael, that's not saying that your best quarterback wasn't even drafted by your whole team.
Yep.
Justin Fields
Jay
is not
Cutler.
a quarterback. Justin Fields is not a quarterback.
Yes, he
What's
is.
Oh wow.
what school
No,
you graduated from?
he's not a quarterback. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay, let me ask you this: how is he not a quarterback?
Reactions, how he plays the game, how he moves. No, he's not a
No,
quarterback.
you don't watch highlights. You just look at the stats. I've seen.
No, I
Justin
don't. I
Fields.
watch. No. I've been watching football for 5 decades. No, he's not a quarterback.
So if he's not a quarterback, then how come he can complete a forward pass? I've seen him throw bombs down the field.
Tebow did the same
Yeah,
stuff for
but
a year.
and when you say that, you have no credibility because Tim Tebow couldn't even complete a forward pass.
Yes,
I
he
have
could.
credibility.
And it's rookie. That one he went the playoffs.
Our running back Christian McCaffrey completed a forward pass.
I have
Damn.
credibility.
Yeah, but we're
have
talking
credibility.
about
Better
a
quarterback.
quarterback that has all the elements. This dude said Justin Fields is not a quarterback; he's a running back.
Yeah, he's a
But
running
I've
back.
seen-
No,
I've watched
he's a
Justin
running back.
play,
He's a
and-
running back that plays
and
quarterback.
He
He's a
throws
running back
Oh,
that
wow.
plays quarterback.
better than. Hey, if he had better receivers, he would have never feel the need to run the football.
The quarterback makes the team better.
Yeah, they're supposed to
And
elevate
also,
talent
a
around.
team can help out a quarterback, as Patrick
No.
Mahomes.
No, you're thinking backwards. The quarterback makes the team better. You're thinking backwards.
Okay, if a quarterback makes the team perfect, how come Mahomes was running for his life against the Super Bowl in the Buccaneers game?
And he made the team better by doing that.
No, he didn't. He lost the game.
I'm not a Chiefs fan, so I have no dog in that fight, so I don't care. But you asked me about Justin Fields. I'm not into running quarterbacks. I'm not into
But you're
running backs
saying
that
that
play quarterback.
quarterbacks make the team when realistically it's a team
Are you
sport, not an
threats?
individual sport.
No, quarterbacks make the team. You have to. I mean,
So I'm
It's-
asking you, why couldn't Patrick Mahomes make the team when he made the Super Bowl and he was missing his 2 offensive line and he couldn't do shit?
it's called that it factor. Certain quarterbacks have it, some don't. He don't have it.
Mahomes has the it factor, dude.
There you go. The it factor.
but he needs a team around him.
But
The
also,
it factor, the it factor comes to certain people who have the skills. That's the
And intangibles. Mhm.
the intangible. That's right, to make that team better. Justin
So-
Fields is not a quarterback.
So you
He's
think
a running back. I mean, he's a running
Hey.
back.
who do you think is the greatest quarterback of all time? All right, and if you
It's
say I'll
everybody.
give you,
Everybody has my quarterback won't be the type that everybody has different types of quarterback they like. For me, it's Joe Montana. Everybody has different types for their team.
but
I'm
I'm
a
saying
gentleman.
that you saying that quarterbacks make the team. No, teams.
Joe Montana wasn't okay. Joe Montana wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the strongest, but he elevated his team.
Mhm.
and he also
And
had
look at his rings. And look at
Wasn't the
his rings.
flashiest.
right now.
Okay,
That's
like-
not the formula anymore.
If
Teams,
Joe Montana has the rings to back that up.
so does Brady, and Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time according to the
For
media.
he's the greatest. No, he's the greatest for.
He's the
this
most accomplished
generation.
quarterback.
For this generation, but not
Mhm.
for. He's not the greatest. He's good for this era.
At the end of the day, you know that Brady's rings he was never the reason. Well, I would say 2 of his Super Bowls.
I mean, 3 of his Super Bowls were because of defense and a kicker.
So when you say that quarterbacks carry,
But here's the thing, Michael. He was competent enough to elevate the team wrong because look who he was throwing to.
So, Michael,
Around.
I'm not sure how this became a conversation about like good quarterbacks.
yeah, but he said that quarterbacks.
Hang on, John. Before to cut you here, Michael, you realize the guys that Tom Brady was elevating, right? The pay cuts he took to elevate. He was elevating guys, like Wes Welker, that was undrafted. I heard, undrafted in 2004. He elevated a 7th rounder in Julian Edelman. Elevated Hernandez before the allegation stuff, and Gronkowski as well. He elevated a lot of talent. That's how good of a quarterback he was.
Because quarterbacks make the team better.
I agree.
Yeah.
He was throwing
Right.
Brian Branch and a bunch of randoms like Brandon
They
LaFell
were in great
and
circumstances
making Super Bowls.
to be great. Peyton Manning literally had great receivers.
It's a combination to coaching and quarterback play, Michael, at that point. So
you can't realistically say quarterbacks make the team when they.
it's a hand-in-hand thing. It comes down to coaching and quarterback play.
So
That's how I look. Yeah.
So so basically, like if you have a good quarterback, they don't have to be the most athletic. They
Yeah, the
don't have
most
to be.
flashiest.
They don't have to be the most flashiest. They don't have
I'd
to
say
be.
top 15.
But if you're able to find a quarterback who can understand the offense, who knows how to run the offense. Tom Brady wasn't the best quarterback. Like he was drafted in the 6th round for a reason. He was not the most athletic. He was slow. He wasn't good. Did not have the best arm strength. But over time, he worked his butt off. He understood the offense, and he got better each year. The first couple of years of his football career, he needed a team to pick him up. But as the years went by, he got better and better and better. So it's not that Tom Brady was a horrible quarterback who just won Super Bowls because he had a good team. There's a reason why he has like over 50 come back from behind 4th quarters and overtime victories. That's not easy to do. So he would start off slow, but when the game mattered, he would carry that team. And all we're saying is Justin Fields is the most athletic. He's really good. He's not a guy who's going to elevate your team.
And he hasn't proven that he could do it. He's been in that situation and can do it.
You see, here's the thing that he has to do it because he has the intent. He has the weapons to be successful.
How long did it take Kurt Warner to get his stuff right? Remember, he was just a
Walmart bagger, grocery bagger.
Yeah, 6 months. 6 months. So
the Rams, they were called the greatest show on turf.
And I'm not trying to shout out to Rudy, but
before Brady ended their dynasty back in what year was it when the Patriots beat the Rams?
What? 2001?
Yeah, 2000.
No, 99.
Yeah, it was when Tom Brady first took over the team and he beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, ending their greatest show on turf.
Or was it 2002? No, because that was the Titans and that.
Okay, now I have 2 questions. Okay, would Tom Brady will still been playing if he played in Dan Marino and Joe Montana's era? Will he be still playing?
His career wouldn't be longer. He's still not today. No, he retired 10 years ago. If he played in the 90s or 80s.
See, here's the thing.
He wouldn't been there because he'd been crippled.
See, here's the
he
thing.
would have lasted about a good 8 to 10 years then.
They didn't protect quarterbacks like they do now. Get murdered.
I would have to probably disagree because I remember hearing for years about how Brady would never. People were saying that he was going to have a Joe Montana in Kansas City
I mean, Michael, we're talking about an era where you can clothesline motherfuckers as
I'm telling
linebacker,
you,
and he would still not get penalized.
I don't think that Brady would necessarily be absolute garbage. I would say that he'd be still the same quarterback.
He would be like a Jim Kelly. That's what he would be, but with
Agreed.
rings. He'd be like Jim Kelly with rings. He wouldn't have his
But
ring.
if he was on a team, because back then, I know I wasn't around to see the Super Bowl era, but it was mostly teams that built the offense around running the football.
But he would get hurt though. He would seriously get hurt.
See, if he took his, I mean, when Joe Montana took his, he didn't get the penalties for it. You know, Jim Burke put Joe Montana out the game for the New York Giants. He put Joe Montana out the game. And right now, that would be a flag. A personal foul with Jim Burke, Joe Montana.
Where would I put it? I mean,
Different era. And then my number 2 question. What school did Justin Fields go to? College?
He went to his first year. He went to Georgia. He was originally the backup to Jake Fromm, or Jake from State Farm. Yeah,
Jake
originally, and then he transferred to
Ohio
Ohio State, and that was the year that he had. I remember the Windy City Productions told me that he produced very well at Ohio State, because at Ohio State he had one of the best offensive lines, and he had a great supporting cast.
Yeah, but here's the thing: from a guy who likes Ohio State, like they are like Alabama, like they find the best players from that conference. And one of the things about their offense that does not work is that you need a strong arm, and they're always at shotgun. And you know, if you have a good strong arm and you can hit those receivers who are very speedy, because they produce good wide receivers and good corners.
Definitely.
They know how to produce that. And again, this is not a knock on Justin Fields. Again, their offense is predicated by the deep ball. So they're basically air raiding the throw. So it's not like they're running the West Coast system. It's Ryan Day, who's their head coach. You know, the offense is so simple. Like that's why when you go in history, like they have the most simplest college offense. You know, that is any quarterback can look very successful, and they have also have good defenses. They got good offenses, and that's why
wide receivers.
When they go to the pros, again, Justin Fields right now, you know, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. We don't know what's going to happen with C.J. Stroud. You know, we don't know, but record shows that when it comes to Ohio State, if you have a strong arm and you can air that ball out, you know, the offense is going to look so good.
And
yeah, didn't Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul, didn't Dwayne Haskins, who came from there, threw for 50 touchdowns as well with that same wide receiving stuff?
I know, like
I wouldn't say that he was necessarily like Justin Fields.
But either way, I'm not comparing that he's Fields. I'm saying that, to go off of what John said about their system, he looked good, right? And look what happened when he came to the NFL.
That's my other question. How many of Ohio State's quarterbacks made it good in the NFL?
Well,
being a good prospect's one thing, but being a
question is zero. But you could honestly, before Patrick Mahomes, nobody on Texas Tech had a good career in the NFL. Before Patrick Mahomes, that is a fact. No Texas Tech quarterback was successful before Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say that, just because the quarterback goes to this school, that means that, he's fucked. He's never going to have a good career because he goes to that school. What matters is where he goes to and if the place is right. Dwayne Haskins, if he went to a team that was developed for him, the Redskins, I keep saying Commanders, they keep changing their name.
They were the Redskins at the time, so you might as well. So
The Redskins were not a well-made team for him. All right, that's when he got. I know he had Terry McLaurin, but he also had. Did he?
yeah,
have,
look. McLaurin, he had Logan Thomas. He had the same guy but Jay Gruden. He ran a good offense with Kirk Cousins, and look what happened. They didn't work out, obviously.
Well, that also has to come down to coaching as well, because I think he is.
Yeah, because he didn't fit the system. Obviously, he couldn't elevate on McLaurin, and also he got hurt. So
it also comes down.
Look at the prime. Remember when he played the Vikings? Look how horrible he looked in that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a prime example.
I know. So you go back to Troy Smith. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He had 30 touchdowns. Then you go to Terrell Pryor, who I remember when he was scouted from high school. They said, "Oh, he's gonna be the next big thing." You know, he started his freshman year, had a good sophomore year, had a good junior year. And he got drafted. He was not a good quarterback. He converted to a wide receiver. After that, you had Braxton Miller. Then you had TJ Barrett. Then you had Cardell Jones. And then Dwayne Haskins and Justin Fields. What of all these quarterbacks have? They ran the air raid offense. And again, this is coming from a guy who follows Ohio State. So again, I'm not saying that Ohio State is a bad program. They're the Alabama of the Big Ten. They find really good players. What quarterbacks from Alabama in the last 30, even 40 years? What has their quarterbacks done? It really shows you. So
really, I heard their best quarterback that was successful was Joe Namath.
Yeah, but that's a long time.
That's a long time ago, and it's a different league right now.
Hold on for a minute. Coming in, new to my channel.
Really?
He's new here. If I'm saying his name right, I hope I pronounce his name right. Raphael.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Ruffy? What's up, man? The Raiders fan.
No, hold on. You have to do it.
Capitan.
You got to do it correctly. All right, wait for him to hop in.
Raphael.
El Capitan.
Hola, señor. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo?
Compadre.
Oh, hello. What's up? What's ese? Órale.
Sí, órale.
Yeah, that is the first time that I was doing it because this is the first time that I'm being here on the channel of Corey Davis because I was doing after the live stream that I was doing at ANEW Dynamite, which is totally amazing. But speaking about the Raiders, the talk rule, that really pissed me off because as a Raider fan, I was really pissed me off about the talk rule and what happens. And the catchphrase for Tom Brady to say, it was a fumble, but I was like, oh my God, this is the most controversial games that I just see there. And man, they gave me the nightmares about that.
Well, at least you got revenge about the Tuck rule with that Jacoby Myers play.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's on your team, so that's the funny thing about it.
That's a prime example that quarterbacks, can't make the team better because of that Raiders play. Not the Tuck rule, the Jacoby Myers play.
Yep.
Because even the dumbest head coach, Bill O'Brien, would not even do that shit. That shit was the worst play call I've ever seen.
So, Raphael,
I
got asked this question.
Yep.
How do you feel about Jimmy G?
Well, I heard that he's probably not going to be a quarterback.
Garoppolo.
Yeah, James Richard Garoppolo, because we got McNider in here.
That's right.
I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is getting better. But I know that exactly from my point of view, I think they're going to shock the entire world because, after them, he decided to go to the 49ers, to the Raiders, because the story with Derek Carr with his 9 years to the Raiders, we just say bye-bye, that's Page, he's done, and he's now moving in for the New Orleans Saints. I think they had to go for it because this is the greatest moment because they had something they have a really good time. But I think that after doing this, because he was on training, but I'm worried about the Nigeria report. But he's getting really healthier, and but I just said that if he's not gonna start for the week one, I think they're gonna choose from the Aiden O'Connor or Chase Garbers. But if he's still like if he can still healthy at 100%, that he can totally shock the entire world for the return of Jimmy G. Well, exactly for the new team because he knows. I mean, he knows exactly for the system of Josh Ziegler because he was a former Patriot.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels.
Well,
There is familiarity. That's one
no
thing.
matter
to
what the case is, no matter who your quarterback is, the Raiders' problem will always be defense.
Yeah, they always handle the problem with the defense. But we have a tight end, which is Michael Mayer, and of course we had a linebacker. But we had to really focus all about the defense, especially for the red zone
Definitely, yeah.
issues. Especially for the red issues that we got over here for the red
I
zone.
mean, you got to start with the linebackers and secondary first.
At the end of the
because
day, Josh
Max Crosby's been because you got guys like Max Crosby, getting after and Chandler Jones, really decent pieces, and one of the top 5 defensive ends in the league, I think, Max Crosby. He's up there, but being
And
wasted.
that's why we need like more deep. We need like more depth in this chart for the defense.
What you don't want is you don't want Jimmy G getting into a shootout with Mahomes or Hobart or
Because he's not the guy that can play from behind.
you don't want that. So
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think this is being mentioned. I don't think Josh McDaniels can use Jimmy Garoppolo right because we all know.
And plus, they don't have a defense like the Patriots, so it's going to be a little different. Yeah,
hmm Yeah, exactly.
I have yet to see 1 year with Belichick's defense being horrible. From what I've seen.
Yeah, exactly. But they need to really focus on about the defense because right now after the draft, we chose on drafting some good defense to build it in because after they had to blow enough for games, for example, for Jacksonville Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs, and Arizona Cardinals. I mean, the whole defense for the last year it was disaster. That was a little like a disaster, and they suck. But right now, the season, they really need to focus all about the defense, especially for the linebacker secondary, all of us, because we have some great studs like Matt Crosby and Chandler Jones, but they need to really focus and rebuild what's happening for the next season, because we're not going to have the same mistakes like that, because we had to rebuild it from the beginning. And of course, for the regime of Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, I think we have a bigger chance, a bigger opportunity to build the defense, no matter what happens.
I mean,
I'm gonna say you're gonna need a defense with James Richard Garoppolo.
if
Mhm.
the defense can't carry Garoppolo, you are 50 shades of screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've done 2 scores. Yeah,
I know. and-
Because at the end of the day, Jimmy Garoppolo has been proven that he was carried by defense. Okay,
Yeah.
regardless of what
Yeah.
stats say, because I know a certain Raiders fan that
no, because I thought Jared Goff was the definition of a system quarterback until Jimmy G told me
Yeah.
to hold my beer.
Hey, Brian.
defense that can carry.
Well,
that's what I can say.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm biased because Jared Goff went to Cal, and he wasn't really good because at the time Cal was trash. But he carried that team.
No, because he did good with Detroit last year. I'm going off of that example because he threw for 4,000 plus yards and 20 plus TDs or something.
So let me bring in my guy.
And they had 9 wins, so.
Let me bring in my another guy.
Sure.
Coming in. He lives in enemy territory. No border. Sports.
What up? What up?
What's up, Ryan?
Ryan.
What up, Ryan?
Oh, hey, Ryan.
What up? Flossing my new hat that I got from a Bryant Cope. I don't know if you might know him.
Mhm.
See if we can for a little.
That was cool.
This is the Chicago Sports Talk Marco, the tribal chief of Chicago.
Very cool,
No, you're
Ryan.
not. No, you're not.
We
Also,
balling out here.
also, YTC got a glimpse of my intro. It's pretty dope.
I don't know. What
Too close. Too close. Too close.
Too close, but not too close.
It's getting too close to it's like at a photography. He's gonna
Yeah.
look at the video photography.
Too close. Too close.
It's a great intro, Michael, but you're still not the tribal chief.
yeah,
What up,
sorry,
Bebop?
dude. The Bears are not good.
What up, Corey?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Oh,
We got Damian Lee in the house.
Yep.
Yep.
Damian Lee, and we got a new guy.
New guy.
Mm-hmm.
We got Raphael.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, new to
talking
you guys, but I
about-
know him. But yeah,
We're talking
Me and John,
about
so, yeah.
the Raiders. Talking
Yeah.
about the Raiders.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
No
do we
more
really
sports.
need to talk about the Raiders?
No, we don't really need to.
Hey,
Raiders?
we should talk about any team except the Bears because I'm tired.
No, we could talk about the Bears. We're gonna
No.
talk about the Bears, bro.
Thank you, Tony.
No, we're not. You're
Michael,
outnumbered.
Michael, what bloodline is there to talk about? What the mafia? That's it. No tribal chief. I know that for sure.
Yeah, you're not the travel chief.
Hold
Yes,
on,
I
for a
am.
Unless
minute.
you're talking the mafia, then it makes
Hold on,
more
y'all.
sense.
A minute. Hold on. I need to ask No Border Sports something real quick. No Border Sports. I made you a manager moderator. See if you could take control.
Oh. I can't. I don't have the
Okay.
poll right now for some reason. We'll have to
Okay.
check it out sometime.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You should be able to use it on your phone, like if you're on the comment section. Yeah, you should have that blue wrench right now.
Oh, you're talking about in the chat. I thought you meant here on StreamYard. For me.
You don't
No, they don't have mods in StreamYard.
Oh, yes, I do have you can have admins on StreamYard that can do things.
Yeah, it's
yeah, I
different,
got the
but yeah.
wrench.
Well, I don't trust anybody with my StreamYard, so
Mhm.
yeah, no one's getting the keys to my StreamYard.
Oh, I got homies I trust.
See, the only person who goes to your channel is your best friend Don Burr.
Oh, you friends with Don Burr? Oh, I
yeah,
remember
he's a
Don
Lions
Burr.
fan.
Don Burr blocked me.
Oh,
I may or
Don's
may
hurt?
not have also
Damn.
made a Don Burr lookalike tag, and then proposed to Jets Gang, and then Jets Gang said yes to the marriage. So at that point, Don Burr and Jets Gang got married and lived happily ever after.
What in the literal fuck did I just hear?
Yeah, it was amazing.
I don't know.
Don Burr and Jets Gang, Michael's best friend.
No Border Sports. Did you see the coffee cups?
Oh my
That-
god!
That No Border. That Mrs. Brian made me.
No, but I did see the one that Bryant made me.
See?
Oh, you got a nice one there.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah,
It is.
I
Like
got a
me
good one
and
too.
me and Hufunga.
Yeah, I seen it. I like mine. Mine's nice and classy, kind of like our uniforms. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with this. To like, what will I always have in it? I should always have something in it.
Should always put your mushrooms in there.
Mushrooms.
I've got those in my hollowed out book.
Oh, okay.
I think I showed this quite a few times on streams, but
Hang on, is that customized, by the way?
Yep.
Oh,
Bryant
totally.
made me this.
Shout out to
Oh
Brian.
wow,
Wow.
Yeah,
Didn't you
my
see my
name
mug?
that's
on
some
it.
real.
Got the
some real
flag.
McNiner. Yeah,
Tony.
all right,
Tony made me this. Shout out to Tony.
all right, Mrs. Cole. All right.
Look at my mug. Look at my mug, and then look at my thing. Look at my mug. Look at my thing. Look at my hat.
Yeah.
Look at my hat. Thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can
I got-
customize hats at this website.
I got a hoodie. I got a hoodie. I got a ballin' ass hoodie. Ballin' ass hoodie. It's just too damn hot to be wearing it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw it.
eh. Eh. Remember my old logo with the green? I got a No Border Sport in the green.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Definitely gotta get me customized like
I'm
that.
geared
I
up.
want to get me one.
I'm geared up.
All you gotta do is just ask Brian
Hey.
Pope.
YTC. This was my thought. I'll let you know. You just make a T-shirt. Have it pay for one that's got a logo in the front, logo in the back. Put your YTC on the front, and then do a QR code to your channel on the back. So that people can just snap the back of your shirt. It goes straight to your channel, and then you're a walking advertisement for your channel.
Interesting.
That's smart. That's actually
Interesting. I'll look into that definitely.
That is smart.
Bro, think about it.
Honestly,
I'm thinking about it already. So
when I go,
no, because it's not the question. Because I've seen people get QR codes tatted on their legs and whatnot, and then there's this one guy that got a QR tattoo on his knee or something, and when you scan the QR code, it led to the Rick Roll song.
You can go to Printify, and then they'll print you off one T-shirt exactly how you want it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might do that for Baker Mayfield when I go to the game against the Bears and say, hey, if you need a job, you take out your phone and snap this QR code. Brings you to a website of a job.
So if you want to win a coffee mug from Bryant, subscribe to the show, subscribe to his channel, and send him a tweet said, I have subscribed to your channel. And then when he does the giveaway, you have a chance to win a coffee mug. It could be the one like I got right here.
Honestly, Corey, I'd rather watch Baker Mayfield do that commercial.
At home with Baker Mayfield. Not that progressive.
Yeah, because Baker Mayfield is also better than Justin Fields.
What up, Spongy?
Oh wow!
Hey, Spongy.
Well, you're saying he's better than just.
I don't know about that, especially after training camp, John. I have to agree with Michael on that.
And my quarterbacks are better than Daniela Jones.
Daniela, get it right. Daniela.
At least Brock Purdy is starting for the Niners week 1.
Even though Daniela Jones ran my pockets because he had the same amount of rushing yards as Saquon that game.
John, it's Danifer.
Oh,
Danifer.
Yeah,
that's new.
Danifer Jones.
Hello,
Danifer Jones.
And Brian Culp.
Raphael.
Or Daniel Fur? No, Danifer. Yeah, Danifer Jones.
Danifer.
Yeah.
Ooh, snap.
Hola, Raphael.
All right, Tracy.
Yeah, hello.
Tracy Lance.
Yep.
Wow, that's
what I came up with that name. Tracy Lawrence and Tracy Lance now.
Whatever, dude.
It's close to Trevor and Trey. Yeah.
Don't you know about Dick Tracy?
I'm about to start I'm about to make somebody hot with this hot
You about to
take.
make somebody get hot? Woo!
I'm about to make somebody say they about to argue with each other probably. Okay, who's gonna have a better season out of the Chicago Bears and the Raiders?
The Bears.
Ooh.
I'll say I like that. Like that, it's not me being it's me being truthful.
Between both, they could probably end up with the same record, but
It's kind of the same. Like the Raiders, they have a bridge quarterback, but here's the thing: they have probably potentially a bottom 5 defense. The Bears, their defense, well, depending how they do edge rushers, they probably will get. I don't think they're going to be a bad defense.
No, because I'll give it to Chicago only because they play in the quarterbackless division. Because look, compared to Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Russell Wilson to an extent.
Brian, that is mega cap. The Raiders will not have a better record, but hey, it's you'll
because the Raiders play in a much harder division, and then compared to the NFC North, what we got: Jared Goff, Kirk family member, and
that doesn't even matter.
Jordan Love?
Brian, that doesn't even matter. The Raiders have
Her
no
family member?
Yeah, cousin. That's
The Raiders have no defense. It doesn't
cousin.
matter
That's
who
why
the
it's another word
quarterback
for family
is.
member. That's what the joke is.
They can literally Joe Montana can be resurrected, and he wouldn't make.
And
the
that's why I
Raiders
call
very-
Derek Carr Derek Vehicle as well.
The Raiders
Well,
have no
Montana
defense.
would have to die first because he's still alive, so you can't resurrect yourself without being knocked off.
Well,
first.
resurrect his career. Resurrect his career.
My bad.
So
I
I
have
will
more
say-
faith in the Bears, but I don't really have faith in either. You know what I mean? Like the moment you believe one's gonna do one, they shit the bed and do the exact opposite. And the moment you think one's gonna do crappy, they just do like some crazy stuff. Well, I can't say that because Chicago, we thought we were
Right, Bronco fans?
who they
No,
were.
stop.
What's up?
No, right, Bronco fans. Because remember they were hyping up Russell Wilson going over there just to have only 5 wins.
God, that was
Yeah, that's a
that was crazy.
great example of overhyping.
I know, like they were overhyping their team, and then I don't know how many wins. I think they only had 5 wins.
Yeah, 5 wins. They were no better than the 2019 Cleveland Browns. That's how bad it was.
I will say
The only thing the Raiders are going to be catching is a one-way ticket to the L train. Jizzle Adonis reference.
I will say this: like your division is not a very
Exactly. Who we got? The Packers? Ha! Don't make me laugh.
So your division is not as competitive as it once was. So by default, you guys would have an easy pathway. What for the Raiders, Kansas City is not going to give up that crown yet. The Chargers are a good team.
Well, until they fire Brad Stanley.
And usually they're competitive with the Broncos, regardless of how good or bad the team is.
So and we'll see what Sean Payton is going to do with Denver. Like every year I have the Raiders in last place. It's not me being biased. It's just that like they're
Josh McDaniels.
So what you
I'm
think?
just saying,
on
Josh
Raphael?
McDaniels.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels. He's going to get fired at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's trying to compete for, trying to not get fired.
Here's the thing.
Along with Brandon Staley
Bill
in that division.
Belichick's
So.
disciples never work out.
I don't know if they just has
You
enough
notice
money
that
to
trend.
fire people.
I agree. Definitely they don't work out.
Raphael, what you think?
Rafael? Órale, compadre. You there?
Awkward silence. Can you say awkward silence in that language?
He must have left.
Oh, speaking of which, YTC, is that skyline finally turned back to normal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was in a fucking Call of Duty War pack right now, earlier today, with that skyline looking orange.
What's that noise?
What's that noise?
Sounds
Me filling up my coffee mug.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like, I want to make
with some water.
No, I'm setting up my coffee for the morning, so it's like brewed when I wake up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on a minute. I just wanted to reiterate the comment to say a bunch of people sleeping this here. I mean, what the heck is it up with the comment right here? I mean, even though that I'm a Raiders fan, they gotta do a shock to everybody else, and trust me, they're gonna be like the battle for the first position between Raiders and Chiefs for the conference. So the other teams of Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos.
What you said last year?
This season, I just wanted to see.
Did you say something like that last year too?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said trust me. Like, okay, all right. Look. Thanks for being honest, though.
But this season is gonna be really different because we're gonna take over for the competition for the conference, and I just wanted to see it of the Raiders or Chiefs taking off for the first place, and for the Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos, they could eliminate themselves because we're gonna have to battle against Chiefs. We want the Chiefs because we're about to knock them off for the Chiefs because they're really tired about the Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. Because for us, the Raiders do not mess with the sibling Black Nation and Chiefs. We're coming, all right? So don't fuck with us, okay? So we're coming to kick your ass, Chiefs.
Hey,
wow,
I
bravery!
have something to say. That was not funny the last time. You probably said that last year. It's still not funny when Raiders fans say that. Oh, this year will be better, and then only to be disappointed.
Yeah, but let's see who's got the last laugh. So Chiefs.
All right.
So the one thing I see getting in the way is your head coach, Josh McDaniels.
Oh, good thing. Bill.
I mean, he's been in the league quite some time. He's had a former try at being a head coach and couldn't pull it off. You know, last year, if last year's a precursor to what he can do, then you guys are in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know about that, but trust me, I know this is gonna be really difficult for us, the Raiders. But if we had to build in our defense, if we had to play more aggressive, then we're gonna take over for the conference.
Listen, at the end of the day, if your defense can't play ball, Jimmy Garoppolo can't bail you out.
Okay, let's see what I got the last laugh right here because you got Chris McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold. I don't know, but if Jimmy Garoppolo can still healthy at 100%, then we can shock the entire world.
Okay.
Well, you have to have a coach that knows his strengths and weaknesses. Josh McDaniels probably is going to make Jimmy Garoppolo throw deep. And for all the times that I've seen the 49ers all play because they played against my Bears and Jimmy Garoppolo, basically he was throwing short passes to Debo, and basically it was all the wide receivers basically doing all the short passes. You also you need a quarterback to be able to push the ball down the field. And Justin Fields has the ability to do that. Even in year 2, I've seen Justin Fields push the ball downfield. I've seen it, but
Jimmy Garoppolo will check down on 3rd and long. He will check down consistently. He will throw a 4-yard pass on 3rd and long. If it's 3rd and 7, he'll throw a 4-yard pass, and just because he wants to complete it. And also, you need to understand he only has 1 year that wasn't even a full season where he didn't throw one for every 2 touchdowns that he threw. So last year, in the partial year that he played, was his best year as far as stats go. And you know what I mean? It wasn't that impressive. And Brock Purdy came in and was able to add an average of 14 more points at least a game. So it's who knows? Jimmy loves to throw interceptions to linebackers. Who knows? You might see a different Jimmy next year. Maybe he's in a system that'll fit him better. But even when he was in New England, his interception to touchdown ratio is still the same. He is just he comes out firing after that, like he needs to prove that he could do things, but just 2 touchdowns later, he's throwing another interception. He needs to get back in the game again and throw another 2 touchdowns. So if you think your defense can handle, giving up a interception for every 2 touchdowns you make and not give up points, then I guess you'll be okay. But it was tough for the 49ers to overcome. You know what I mean? Because how many games did the 49ers win where it was by a close margin? And always coming down at the end because it was given away in the first half by a couple of interceptions or an interception or here, and then everybody's got to fight back at the end just to come out with a win. So,
also I want to know what Brian is smoking. So if he could hook me up, since he's hooking you up with coffee, can you hook me up with the good weed he has? because he said that the Raiders will shock the road, and the Raiders are all the way better. I want to know what weed you on, so you can get me hooked up on your stuff.
Who's your plug, Brian?
Yeah.
He's asking.
So, like, again, like, you know,
That's a true
before-
statement. No, he's dropping here.
before the Raiders went to Las Vegas, you know, I saw a lot of their games, and like I just don't trust McDaniels. Like, I think he's an overrated coach.
Exactly.
Like he made Derek Carr look bad, and you know I know we've had this discussion, Michael. I'm not saying Carr is a franchise
Well,
quarterback.
I don't completely slander him, RJ.
I know, I know, like, you know, but at the end of the day, like he had to carry that team, and you know he had a 3-year stretch where he had a over 105 passer rating. He had a 2.5 touchdown versus a 0.5 interception. That's not that bad for 3 straight years. It's just that his team wasn't really good. So when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo, what I've seen as a Niner fan, is he going to stay healthy? The track record says he won't. And again, I'm not trying to slander him. I'm not trying to be messed up to him. But, like, what's this overhyping? Like some Raider fans. Oh, Josh McDaniel, Jimmy Garoppolo, they were in New England. They know the system. You're on the Raiders. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the Raiders is not New England. They don't have the same defense like they have over there. It's much different.
Yeah, and the Bears, on the other hand, have a well-built roster around their quarterback.
And here's the question, Michael: Can he coach them? You can draft all the best players you want. You can sign whoever you want. You know, pay for whatever band-aids you want for your team in the offseason. But it matters how they coach them up and they fit the system they want to run. That's where it's going to matter.
Yeah.
I agree that he has to do it because he has the talent, which I believe that he's going to do it.
Okay. Bob Jones, 75%. I mean, that's cool, but I don't think quarterback, you know, as a win-loss record isn't a full assessment of the team, really, or the quarterback itself.
Hey, Brian, that's cool that you have trust in the Raiders, but I'm pretty sure that Raiders fans had trust last year. And guess what? It's going to happen again, like it does always.
Okay, let me say.
We all know this.
Hey,
We
take a
all
break.
know this. The Raiders
Corey.
will be a bottom team this year.
You good, Corey?
Corey, what you got to say, buddy?
Okay, so, you know, I interviewed a Browns fan last week,
Mm-hmm.
and he talked about Jimmy G. He talked about the 49ers offense. He says Kyle Shanahan's offense is a quarterback-friendly offense. So, by seeing if Jimmy G, when he goes to the Raiders, now, if he can win a whole bunch of games with the Raiders, then he's a good quarterback. But if he goes there and suck, that means Kyle Shanahan's offense helped him a lot.
He's a really great quarterback coach. Yeah, that's what it's just going to prove.
Hey, that's cool.
I mean, he made Matt Ryan win an MVP when he was on the Falcons, so that's one thing for Kyle. He has.
How many
in 2016?
Well, Justin Fields is already better than Jim McMahon, so
That's not saying much, though. If that's your standard for quarterback.
see here. It's our first time seeing a quarterback that's capable of.
Yeah, and you don't know how to act. That's the difference.
So, Michael, the way you need to say this is they have improved the roster around Justin Fields. But to what extent, you really don't know until it hits the field and you see what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've watched football a long time. I've seen, these guys got the most talent in the NFL, then they go 9-7 and, get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. So when it comes down to it, it's what are they going to do on the field, and no one knows until they're there and playing.
I'm trying to think there was a team that
Bears offensive line. The Bears offensive line.
What team, Corey?
will not be bad as they were last year.
There was a team that had built their team, with all these superstars, all these good players, but they didn't do. Everybody thought, oh yeah, they got a lot of good players. They're gonna win.
2010 Eagles.
And then, boom, they sucked. And they won all the preseason game, and everybody was hyping them up. And they sucked. I just can't think who the team was. What team that was?
What team? There's many teams throughout the last couple of years. So what team we're talking about?
I know, that's why I said I can't think who it was. But this team they had all these good players on their team.
I'm thinking the only first two that come to mind is 2011 Eagles and fucking the Browns, because they traded for OBJ.
Well, I wouldn't say the Browns. Freddie Kitchens was a disaster.
No, because they were overhyping with Baker Mayfield throwing OBJ and fucking Jarvis Landry and then Njoku over there. So
the following year after they fired
and Nick Chubb over there, they had a complete offense and it didn't pan out over there.
Here's the thing: after they fire Freddie Kitchens, they'll
they went to Stefanski,
and not to change this topic, Brian. Every team rebuilds. The Bills did it. The Bengals were a prime example.
I mean, that's a common theme I've been noticing, Brian, because the Bears do have in between years, where they, they're trash and then they make the playoffs every once and just get bounced in the first round. I've seen it done already in 2018 when they won 12-4, and another year after.
Yeah, Ryan Pace, he did make some splash moves trading Khalil Mack, but there was times where he overpaid players. But Ryan Poles is already doing better than Ryan Pace.
How do you know that? You don't have continuity to prove it.
Because
that's exactly what I said. You need the product to hit the field and prove it.
Because why do you think? Because if you look at the Chiefs, right? They're a prime example. They always have a good coach. They always have coaching. They have a team around. That's why they're in the playoffs every year at bare minimum.
I know.
They have continuity in that team. So yeah.
How many coaches did the Bengals have then, Brian?
Hell, even the Steelers have continuity just because they have a winning record as a head coach, even though they weren't good in the playoffs.
I know.
Mike Tomlin found a way to get a winning record.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's a very good head coach. He always finds a way to never have a losing season.
I know.
Yeah, but the thing is, how many coaches did the Bears had? How many coaches did the Bengals have? I can't even remember the last 5.
I mean, the Bengals did go through a period from the early 2010s to mid 2010s where they always made the playoffs with Andy Dalton. So
the Browns had a consistent coaches as well.
Since 2003 all the way to 2015, they had one coach, Marvin Lewis. So
I'll be back.
Yeah. And after Marvin Lewis got fired, they brought in their current coach. So in the last few years, they've only had 2 coach, Michael. So compared to your team, the Bengals are doing okay in the coaching department.
I mean, didn't you have multiple head coaches too, Michael, beforehand?
We're
talking Matt Nagy, John Fox.
When I was alive watching football, in my time, Lovie Smith,
John Fox, those guys.
No, we had Mark Trestman.
And Trustman too, yeah.
Oh yeah, trash.
And then we hired John Fox, and then we hired Matt Nagy, and now we have Matt.
If anything, y'all should have promoted Vic Fangio to head coach. He was a really good coordinator for you guys. So.
Oh, the Koala Bears! I haven't seen that logo in a while.
The Koala Bears.
Yeah, but to act like NFL teams don't rebuild to make their team better.
No, because y'all had Vic Fangio at one point. He always had a top 5 defense everywhere he goes. Y'all should have just promoted him.
We literally saw the Eagles tank the game on national television against the Commanders. They literally pulled out Jalen Hurts.
And look what happened. And look what happened. They lost the Super Bowl. Doug Peterson's better than fucking Sirianni anyways. So...
Yeah, but to say that teams don't purposely lose on teams,
the Eagles made a mistake getting rid of them over
to make their teams better.
So
Because Doug Peterson got them a ring and they fired him a year or two after.
See, here's the thing. People, they thought that Doug Peterson, what he did was wrong of benching Jalen Hurts the last game when they did that reason to lose that game so they can get a higher draft pick.
that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I'm over that already.
That was a couple of years ago, not last year.
But yeah, John, you were gonna say
What was I going to say?
it was during the quarterback conversation with Andy Dalton, like in the teams you had, or
No,
the Chiefs?
because like Michael went through his little like oopsie doo, moments. How many how many head coaches have the Bengals had in the last 20 years? 2, compared to the Bears in the last 10 years. I think they've had 5. So that was a bad mistake on your part.
Mhm. And also to add to your point, speaking of Steelers, right? If you look back from the 70s, they've had 4 head coaches
3.
since the 70s compared to what Michael's team has had. Well, 3, yeah. That's
Chuck Norris,
that goes to show you.
Cowher, and then now Tomlin.
Yeah. That's
Well,
continuity right there at its finest.
With
I
the
don't think
how many years that the Browns had losing seasons, I have to mention that they had multiple head coaches as well.
So what does the Browns have to do with the Bengals?
Yeah, but
And it's also why we won 2 Super Bowls, because we had continuity with Tom Coughlin, so you gotta have it.
But when you're having a losing season, the best choice is to tank so you can get a high draft pick. Bears
Hell no.
Teams don't tank, because if you go back just a few years ago, the Jets won 2 games, and then a team jumped in front of them. Teams don't really tank in the NFL. So anyone who says that, that's a damn lie. Because
that's a lie.
I know, because then the Jets would have lost every other game because they were 0-13, and then they won 2 games in a row. They beat the
that
Rams.
was stupid on their part.
And secondly, because they wanted to keep their jobs for recurring players. That
They beat the Rams, who were technically a playoff team at the time. They beat the Browns that were technically in playoff contention. So that argument about teams tank, no team wants to have the number 1 overall pick.
No team goes into a game with the losing mindset. They always try to make the most of a bad situation.
How's that looking for them right now?
Now I can say the same idiotic thing that maybe your team tanked last year. Just saying.
Yeah, our team did tank. I'll admit that we did tank because if we didn't tank,
now your team was just not.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry that about that to interrupt you guys, but I had to go to sleep, and of course I need to rest about it. But it was a pleasure to have a conversation with you guys, and of course, yes, and as a matter of fact, I just hit a new milestone. I have 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel.
Congrats!
And
All
that's,
right.
yeah, that's a good one.
Congrats!
Yeah, yes, and of course yes, and I got some new content coming soon, and it's gonna be like a great summer, not only for the NFL fans, but also for basketball fans, wrestling fans, baseball fans, anything. So I just wanted to say salute to everybody else in the chat, at the panel, from El Capitan Rafael Cassin, and of course, one more thing, Raider Nation for life, folks. So salute to y'all.
All right, man.
All right,
have a good night, Rafael.
Buenas noches.
Have a good night, Raf.
Buenas noches.
Fans don't care about the Browns. Literally threw a parade after going 0-16.
Okay, that's the fans' choice.
It's so weird. Every time we talk about your team, man, you always deflect. And
you always deflect and double down. That's the one thing with Michael.
Yeah, I'm just
okay. Okay. So, Michael, when was the last time your team was in the NFC Championship game? Just
2011 against the Packers.
2010. 2011, the Giants and the Niners were in the NFC Championship game.
And YCC is going to be like, I wonder what happened in that outcome.
Well, I know what he's going to say.
I wasn't going to say it. You brought it up. I was just going to let him go to the Bears point.
All right. So what about what happened in 2010?
The Bears were in the NFC title game.
And did they win?
No, they lost.
Okay. And then what happened in 2006?
The Bears made it to the Super Bowl and got lost to the Colts.
All right, and then you guys did nothing in the early 2000s. You guys did nothing in the 90s. You guys did nothing in the late 80s and 85. It's been almost 40 years. What's the excuse of the Bears?
The excuse is mediocrity quarterback. Never had a quarterback back in.
And you think Justin Fields is going to be the difference maker out of that 40-year history?
He's already better than all of our quarterbacks.
You sure about that?
Hey, he's not. We all know because I've watched most of our quarterbacks. I think the worst one was probably Mike Glennon, but I think Mike Glennon, who Ryan Pace paid $60 million. Yes, look it up. It's true.
I remember. I said that.
Mike Glennon.
I remember someone said that they wanted him on the Niners. I said, no, you do not want him on the Niners. And he went to the Bears. And yeah, he was an overhyped coach from North Carolina State. So he was an overhyped quarterback.
Hell no.
Okay,
I can already say that Justin's already better than Jay Cutler because I remember one
Let's
night.
cap. Because he hasn't got to a championship game yet.
No. Jay Cutler one night threw 6 interceptions.
Michael, he's still not even better than Mitchell Trubisky, and he got you to 2 playoffs.
Look, was it because of Trubisky?
It was he game managed well enough, to win the and also.
Ooh, Corey, you got to put that comment up from Bryant.
What did he say?
Oh, man. The other one.
Oh, Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh was your best quarterback.
That's right. He was the Bears quarterback. Yes.
Don't let's see. You'll find out about it.
Hey, Brian, just don't let CEO see that, and I won't slander you completely. Don't let CEO see that.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim McMahon with the sunglasses.
See, here's the thing, Cutler, he did have some good, but he had multiple interceptions. I remember one time it was the Sunday Night Massacre where the Packers beat the Bears 50-0 on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, true stat. He had 6 interceptions that game.
50-0, damn.
Oh man.
Look, Cutler was a below average quarterback.
All right. So one more question, Michael. Who is your QB and for the 2010 season and the NFC Championship game against the Packers?
Well, it was Jay Cutler for most of that year. And the NFC title game, it was some random name, Caleb Haney.
Caleb Haney.
That's close. That's close. Haney. That's close enough. Okay. And that was the year Aaron Rodgers got his ring, ain't it?
Oh wow!
We don't need to talk about that.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
'Cause I can also bring up the time when Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl.
Okay. See, you always deflect, man.
Yeah, deflecting instead of taking accountability.
You take your anger, you take it out on me for some reason.
Hey, we don't need to talk about it, just like we don't YTC doesn't. We don't need to talk about the Eagles winning a Super Bowl. We don't need to talk about it.
See, look what
he deflected me.
Oh my
and
God.
Secondly, Michael, I'm not offended because we actually have more rings than the Eagles. They have one French fry ring and can't, stop complaining about it.
Oh man. No matter what stream, Michael always gets a bit of a. Oh, forget it.
Yeah, because we didn't fire our head coach after he won one ring compared to the Eagles after 2 years.
Let's talk about a real team, the 49ers.
Okay, tell us about the real team, the Niners, John.
Yeah, the real team, the Niners, who will never be as bad as the Bears.
Okay.
I second that.
We have more Hall of Famers than the Bears.
Don't the Bears have the most Hall of Famers?
I'm just
in the
messing
NFL?
with you.
Yeah, the charter friend, quote unquote charter franchise Kofi mentioned.
Oh man.
Yep, the 49ers.
Yep.
My number one.
Yep.
Dude, Steve, Jay Cutler was horrible. Okay, don't give me stats. Jake, I've watched.
And guess
him.
what? Your best quote unquote quarterback was also not drafted by you guys.
I don't know. So now after all these years, you talk about how Jay Cutler was your best quarterback. Now on this stream, he was your worst quarterback.
He's no. The worst quarterback I've ever seen play for the Bears was Mike Glennon. Right?
But Michael, if that's your best quarterback, how do you think Justin Fields is going to line up to that?
He's going to obviously be better than Cutler because he's not going to.
You sure? So you think he's going to get past the NFC Championship? He would have to get past the NFC Championship game.
Honestly, he's not going to quit on his team like Jay Cutler did.
You sure about that? How do we know, Michael, if you make the playoffs to start with?
See, here's the thing. If Cutler, like, there's cases that Cutler could have played in that title game, but he didn't do it.
We're not talking about Cutler. We're talking about Fields, Michael. Don't deflect now.
So when you say that when I say that he's going to be better than Cutler, Cutler didn't give a shit. Justin Fields actually gives a shit.
But to Bears standards, is Cutler even that good?
No, he was never that great.
So that's your standard barrier for quarterbacks at that point.
Cutler was never great, bro.
So how do you know Justin Fields is going to be any better than him?
It's the truth. Cutler was never that great.
If that's your standard for quarterbacks, how do you know he's going to be any better?
He's not going to be a turnover machine like Jay Cutler was.
Yeah, Jeff even's admitting it. He's deflecting.
He's not going to be a turnover machine like Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, every game, threw multiple interceptions.
What talent? Michael, just because he's more talented doesn't mean he's gonna, be better than him because the team around. Probably on the Bears was way better than Jay Cutler. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Glennon was Brian. Mike Glennon was overrated on the Buccaneers.
I'm about to change the subject in a minute.
All right, Corey. Yeah, go ahead because Michael's deflecting too much.
This is 49er question.
Go ahead.
What y'all think what Debo had to say in his press conference?
Ooh.
About how he wasn't in shape last season. How y'all feel about that? The board of sports.
Oh, I just found out my mic wasn't working like this whole time for some reason, and I've been. What was the question again, Corey? Sorry.
Said, how do you feel about Debo came out and said, today? I mean, not today. Well, when he said that he wasn't in shape and that he took all of his.
I really appreciated that. It takes a lot for a man to just come out and admit something like that he was wrong without anybody just, throwing it in his face like that. He came out. If you're self-aware about what you did last year, then you're going to work even harder to get better. So to me, him pointing it out means he's going to have an even better year than probably 2021. Yeah.
Okay, David McNiner.
Who are we talking about here?
Talking about Debo.
He's showing up 10, 15 pounds, lighter. He's in better shape. And the way he's talking, I think his actions on the field his mouth is writing a check. So the question is, can his actions on the field cash that check? Because he's saying he's a top 5 wide receiver, but he was only that for 1 year so far. 1 year. So can he put it together this year? I'm sure hoping he does because we're trading him next offseason. Well, yeah, I'm still.
Oh, you're trading Debo?
Dude, his cap hit this year is $28 million.
Dude,
we have this guy named Danny Gray, who this year is going to be the red shirts off. He's going to be in the game. And, you know, we have a couple other young wide receivers, not necessarily to take Debo's place, but, you know, we have this one guy named Brandon Ayuk who has shown up every day for voluntary workouts and is proving himself to be a leader and our number one wide receiver. So how are you going to pay two guys top tier wide receiver money and keep the rest of the team on the field? It's not going to happen. Someone's got to go. When it comes down to it, Trent Williams probably has 2 years left. He'll be retiring. We have Brandon Ayuk for what? 2 more years, right? Next year is when they'll be looking to extend him, though. And if you look at when Debo's contract is up, we could actually keep him, you know, and Ayuk on the same team, but then Debo walks in free agency. And we get, what, a comp pick for him if he gets signed to a good contract? So ultimately, we're better off trading him while his value is high and, you know, replenishing the talent on the team with whatever draft picks we get and moving forward. You can't keep everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what happens when you have stacked teams. You have a really short window before everybody has to get paid. So that's the thing. Eventually, these guys are going to want to get paid, so can't feed everybody.
So I want to make a correction. Debo's cap hit for 2023 is $9 million. In 2024, his cap hit is $28 million. So technically,
well, no. So if we trade him, though, his cap hit's a lot more than $9 million, right?
If we trade him, like right now, the dead money is $35 million.
Okay.
If we trade him
So
next year,
that's a big ouch. We're not trading him this year.
If we trade him next year, his dead money is $26 million. So the way the contract has been written, but that's a different conversation with that. But like, this is my take on what Debo said. Like, when he was asked, he was like, I was awful. Like, he didn't hesitate. He's like, I was awful. Okay. So, and then, you know, they asked him, like, well, what aspect? And he said, you know, I haven't been performing at the level that I was performing. And he says that he spoke to Kyle. They've had some, some words. I don't know if they were good or bad, but, you know, when they spoke to Kyle, and he was like, all right, after we spoke to Kyle, you know, we got to correct the mistakes. So if you go by what he says, you know, he's saying, I was awful last year. I played like garbage last year. I spoke to Kyle about it, what I need to do about it. And, you know, if you're going to go by the words that he said, you know, he said that he was not happy with his performance. I think we can agree. He did not live up to the expectations last year. So hopefully, you know, again, you know, if you're making big claims, or you're making big statements, you better step up this year, because you admitted that you were not good. So now it's time to put up or shut up. So you better play good, like you played in 2021.
Yeah, and I love that he did. Yes, I like with no part. It takes a real man to come up and say, nope, I didn't play well. I didn't do so good. I was out of shape. It was a lot of distraction out there for me, and I didn't come in shape. So I like that when a person can be honest and tell the truth. And he did not make an excuse for it. He just, I was out of shape.
It was almost like he was trying to explain what he was about ready to do to the league this year, you know, and trying to, like, you know, kind of ease people in. Like, sorry, I have to do this, but I didn't look so good last year, and I'm going to need to, you know, look twice as better if not 3 times as better this year. So I'm sorry for all the bodies that I'm about to create.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Oh, Michael disappeared.
Bedtime?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it on that same bedtime.
You're probably tired of talking about these Niners. We get off of here.
No, he goes to bed early. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, he's on that CEO thing. Both of them got early as bedtimes.
It is a school night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, coming in, Steve-O Supremo.
What's up?
What's up, Steve-O?
What up, Steve-O?
I just had a quick question for the Niner guys, in case I missed Ted's show tomorrow. Because I mentioned it in three chats earlier. Nobody replied to it. So from everybody had a doctor on, this. Hold on, I'm taking you on a second. Everybody had a doctor on, right? And they all said, no, Purdy's got to throw a tennis ball and then a Nerf ball and this and that, right? I think we all heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so I mentioned that to Ted yesterday. Now he's got the doctor on tomorrow, but I might miss that. So, you guys heard that as well as I did, right? Because he went from a towel to a football. So, then that makes me question, because after 3 months, he's fully here and it's just strengthening his muscle. So I want to, you know what I mean? Am I reading this wrong? You guys reading the same thing? Or?
I think that's what's going down, because there's also, they had the news about when he's going to be in camp. When he's going to be able to, you know what I mean? Which I still think they should pump the brakes on.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody who is rehabbed at the facility who has come out with any sort of non-setback rehab. Somebody always has a setback.
I know.
At least one. So, yeah.
And then I don't know if it was yesterday or today, Kyle spoke and, they were asking him about Brock Purdy, and Kyle Shanahan was like, the same thing. Like, we don't want to rush him. We don't want to, just put him back in quickly. He says that if whenever he's ready, he's going to be ready. Like Kyle says, I'm not a doctor, but if he is ahead of schedule, that's good for the team. If he's not ahead of schedule, they have quarterbacks on the roster right now. So for him, as, a coach is like, am I going to rush a player in because everyone is writing articles? Brock Purdy should be cleared much sooner than later. That's what everyone's writing about. That's what I've been reading of the dates. So I just think that some people just trying to the timetable says, he's going to be ready, for this. Does that mean the timetable says he's going to be, in training camp and working out with the team? We don't know, but that's what the timetable is saying. So for me, again, if Kyle, because sometimes he's a bit wishy-washy sometimes with the media, but I heard one of the clips, and he says that, well, we don't know 100%. If we were 100% confident, we would make that decision that he'll be ready for training camp. They don't know. So if you go by those words, we don't know when he will be officially cleared. So that's what I'm taking from that.
Well, my question isn't the time frame. It's that, everybody is, they had a few doctors on and they said that, you got to start with the tennis ball and a football. I don't care about the timetable so much. It's about, did they skip steps, or is that normally just in baseball? You know what I mean? And, I might have missed the whole complete conversation everybody had with the doctor. So that was my biggest concern, is going straight from a tail to football versus, you know, building up like everybody was a doctor back a couple months ago. So that was my biggest question about it.
So as a former baseball player and in like one thing that I learned, like there are 3 sports that are very similar: baseball, tennis, and football. Why are they similar? If anyone like I can't stomach tennis, you know, I can't watch it. But when they serve the ball, what I've noticed, they're always in a diagonal formation. When a quarterback is throwing the football, they're on a diagonal formation. When a baseball hitter they're not in a straight formation. They're basically so. When it comes to any type of like arm rehab, you start off with something like you just move your arm around with nothing. Then you put some weight on it with a towel. Then you start throwing a tennis ball at the wall. Okay. Why do you throw a tennis ball at the wall? Because you want to start to finally put some pressure on your muscles. So if anyone has ever seen a kid throw a tennis ball at the wall, you can see how their arm all the way down to their elbow kind of flexes a little bit. Like
We used to play a game called butt ball.
So then after that, you get something more heavier, like one of those like weighted, like those weighted tennis balls or whatever. And then you start to continue to start the intensity. Then eventually he will get a football and he's to be throwing like 5-yard passes for a while, then eventually 10-yard passes until that arm can finally do, you know, what it's supposed to do. So that's what the tennis ball and the towel is what they're talking about.
It just seems like they skip that step. So it's like, are they actually, you know what I mean? Like, is it all end all be all, or did they actually skip that step with him? Is what I'm trying to, you know, figure
It
out.
comes down to the doctor. Like if they say, all right, you don't have to do this. So it comes down to, and also comes down to the person. Some people take longer for their muscle functions to get back to normal. Some people are much fast. I've had 3 surgeries in my lifetime. I was ready immediately. You know, my body's just, you know, lucky. But I had friends who had the same similar injuries and they were out for like a week or 2. So some bodies are different. I don't know about Brock Purdy's body because, again, I don't know the guy. So it comes down to him, how his arm is doing, and how the doctors do the rehab.
It's just like with me right now. My right arm, my left arm is not healing up right. So that's why I had to go back in and do another surgery, third time. Because it's not healing up right. The thing is down low where they would have to have a longer needle to get to it. So the doctor's gonna try again to bring it up, clear it out again, and bring it up and see if it can heal. So sometimes things don't work out on certain people. Certain people's
Hey,
skills
Corey.
are different.
Hey, Corey, I think I'm going to get out of here.
Okay.
I really appreciate you having me on.
Let me make an announcement before you go.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, are you? This is what I need to ask you. Are you doing a show tomorrow?
No, I'm not doing a show tomorrow. I don't think so.
So you'll be able to come in at 7?
Oh, yeah, I'll be in there at 7.
Okay. And also, Bebop 2. I don't know if you heard this announcement. I ordered 3 $49 trivia books.
Yes, you did.
And also, we're gonna go week 15 is gonna be the last of this one. Because I took the answers that we missed in, like the 5 answers in chapter 6, chapter 7, in chapter 8. I put it all together.
There we go.
And then I took chapter 9 and chapter 10 and chapter 11 and put them all together.
Smart thinking.
So we're going to go
all
to
right.
15, going to be last.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Thanks for tuning in to supporting all these great content creators here on the panel and our man Corey. With that,
Thank you.
Good night.
Later, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bebop is psychic.
Is anybody buying what George Kittle is selling? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I finally saw that, and I'm like, oh man.
I go buy a pineapple from the store.
So
I don't think George Kittle is buying what he's selling.
I don't even know what it was. I thought it was pineapples.
Oh man. Hey, I will say this. Like George Kittle, you know, he's a football player, but I got a feeling that like he does not take life serious. I think like he told Kevin Hart last year. He says, "My teammates know I am a grown ass kid." He does not take nothing serious.
Yeah, that's why he has the Hobbs tattoo on his hand.
I'm not mad at it. Like, look, he's probably got 3 good years left. You know what I mean? Like, cash in on the endorsements. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I know. Like other athletes, I'm not sure why our athletes don't do more commercials for you know, like advertisements and stuff.
Man, I was gonna try that commercial, but I don't think a pineapple can cover up this 12-pack right here.
That is a keg. Come on now.
No, it's not. Corey is perfection. Like, I'm so jealous.
Right.
I got a keg. That's for sure.
I know, I've been flaking, you know, the last couple of months. Like, I'm not working out like I used to, so I got to start doing that again. Because during the football season, I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I would jog with a few of my friends, about 2.5 miles. On Saturdays, you know, because Brian Cope does his show. Like, I don't want to miss it. I would do pickup basketball. I'm not doing that no more. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, you got to reschedule your show. Basketball is really important in my life.
Yeah. I know, like a lot of people, like who I meet, they're like, "Oh, you guys playing pickup basketball," and they think we're just like all like the dash just shooting 3-pointers, because and then they get on the court, and me and my friends, we ball out. Like, you know, we do crossovers, like we do like those backward passes, we do alley oops, because, you know, some of us are, you know, like they got the height and they can and jam it, because some of them played, you know, semi-pro, and so we do not go lightly. We tell them, hey, we're for real. If you guys want to play us, you know. Now, if you guys just want to shoot around, there's another court where no one uses. But here, like, and we get some of the high school kids from like the local high schools that are on the basketball team who can keep up with us. And then you got some of the community college and some of the local, you know, like ballers from the neighborhood. You know, we are for real.
John Jay, you play No Blood, No Foul?
Oh, I miss those shirts.
No, so we play street ball. Like, if you've ever seen, like, I don't know if you guys ever remembered, like, the N1 mixtape tour. One of the guys,
Yeah, I remember that.
One of the guys is called Ballerholic. His name is Cardell Butler. He was a coworker of mine. I didn't know who he was. I thought he was just an employee. And then he said, in 2005, I was drafted to the New York Knicks. And I said, what happened? I turned the contract down because I wanted to go to Europe and do that N1 mixtape tour with the Professor, the Hot Sauce, all those guys. And so, but he could have been with the Knicks. And I don't know if YTC is hearing me. He was a real good baller. He would have made the Knicks really good. So he's
not
like
with those current 2000 teams in the Knicks have.
Yeah, so yeah, he was actually drafted. Basically, he played for a school called the same school that Damian Lillard played with, Weber. which is a small school, I think, somewhere in either Colorado or Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess in Colorado.
basketball is a big part of my life, and I just seen one of my high school best friends like the last month and a half, 2 months. I've talked to him 3-4 times. I was just talking to him this weekend. He's like, "You never been to a Niner game?" I was like, "Not for a football game." You know, we went back for other things, concert and stuff. And he's like, "Dude, I can't believe you ever went with us. We went to like 40 games." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I moved and this and that." But like, he don't play softball anymore because his knees are shot. Like, my body's fine, but I haven't probably shot a basketball, which is a stress reliever for me, like at least 7 years, probably on 9. And I've been wanting to. I haven't gone to the local gym to see if they still have a thing they do every week. My whole thing is, well, I said, you don't get old until you stop running. And, I just turned 43 and I'm like, I smoked probably freaking 20 years and, all that stuff. And my biggest thing is I'm worried about losing my breath.
Yeah.
But it's a huge stress reliever for me.
Yeah, basketball, like I remember when I was a kid, me and my friends, like we would like basically go like king of the court, where basically the winner of the day before, they would basically give everybody numbers, and then we'll go 1-on-1. And then basically like the last person standing versus the last person. So everybody was like, I'm going to go last. And so that's what we did, called King of the Court. And the winner, was never the first person. It was always like between 4 and 7 would always win. So it was fun doing that. And then, occasionally, like fights would happen because, it would get personal. That's how it was. So, yeah, so I never, like, so.
I don't like a lot of announcers on NFL, but oh man, like Mark Jackson and Breen and Van Gundy, they had the funniest thing tonight. Van Gundy was like, "Do you think if they make both free throws, they should get an assist?" The guy that passed it to him before they got fouled should get the assist. He's like, "Can we agree on that?" And Mark Jackson was like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" Well, he's like, "Well, because it's never been, counted for that way in the whole professional game." He's like, "Well, there was never 3-pointers either." And Mark Jackson goes, "Yeah, and there used to be only 2 commentators." It was so freaking funny. You should listen to it.
What I was just thinking about. Oh my goodness. Off the subject of football stuff, though. You know what I've been watching lately?
What?
These YouTube videos, short videos of people going around acting like the 2, I don't know if they white guys or whatever. They go in the store and they go, "Boy, hand me that."
Oh, those prank videos.
Pranks?
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah.
Social experiments.
I'll be like, man, one of the days they're gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get shot.
It's happening.
I mean,
already.
people died doing pranks, and also they've got in trouble with the law, so it's not the first time.
See, I remember that creepy clown, like epidemic.
Oh, that whole thing in 2016, yeah.
So I have 2 stories. So one story, somewhere in the East Bay, there was a college student who was just walking home, and one of those clowns appeared. And the guy was like, "All right, whatever. I'm not scared of clowns." So he started walking. And the clown started following him. And the guy was like, "Yo, like, I don't want to be recorded. I don't want to, fight or whatever." So after like 4 blocks of following this dude, now this is technically harassment. Now you're following a person for almost 4 blocks. The guy apparently, who was being followed, pulled out a pistol, and the clown went to the hospital. That's why you do not mess with no one on the street. I tell people, do not do that. And the clown decided to sue the guy, and then he lost his case. So the point was like, yes, you basically told the judge, you put a mask on, you were a creepy clown, You follow the person for 4 blocks. You're technically harassing him, and he lost his case. So that's the first story. The second story, I'm working at my job, and someone calls us in our main office. There's a dude in a clown mask, like scaring the people. So me and my coworker, we get on this like one of these golf carts, and we drive to the location. And the dude had a knife, like a real knife, like literal, and then he came at us. And first we were like, okay, he has a toy. So we walk over there, and he basically, when we got 5 feet away, he basically tried to cut us. Then we basically step back, because again, we're not police officers. Then we're like, okay, we need to disarm this dude because he has a knife. Then he came at us, and both of us did one of those football moves, we just took him down. And then we called the cops, paperwork, not fun. And the guy was a little bit not in his right mind. So and it was very scary, because we thought it was just one of these dudes, goofing around, and someone recording it. So someone took, that thing, and they took it very, very, very personal. They thought it was they can do that. So that's the scary thing about, these little pranks. If they look fun, but people are going to get hurt.
Yep. Because plus, you want to come up into act like they're gang members and go, "What's up? What you doing in my neighborhood? You want to get smoke? You want to get smoke?"
They fucked around and found out. That's what happened.
Yeah.
It's just
I just watched. One day, somebody gonna turn on them. They gonna pick on the wrong person.
Turn
That
the
person ain't
table.
gonna even talk. That person ain't gonna say, "You better leave him alone." He probably gonna do like this. Wow.
Yeah, I see one. I see one the other day, and I usually don't watch them, but it was this stupid kid put water in supposedly water in a 5-gallon gas can, and then he pours it in the guy's truck. You know what I mean? And the guy, as soon as he got to his car, he already had a gun in his hand, and then he's like, "Dude," he's like, "It's water. It's a prank. It's a prank." He's like, "You almost got shot, you stupid effer." And then the guy was like, "F you," you know what I mean? It's like, you're gonna do that for some clicks? Come on, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just retarded.
Plus, also, most normal people, basically, when they're on the streets, they have bigger problems to deal with than because there's a bus stop, where I go home, in Daly City, and there's a lot of moms who basically clean homes for people. And they're super tired of cleaning, people's homes, and they're going home. And you got all these goofball, high schoolers, switching their detergent and all their stuff in people's bags and goofing around. One day, a woman was not having it. She was already pissing off the people around her. She was on the phone yelling, "Oh, I went to this house," and this lady was using certain expletives, because she was one of these Latin women who has a more darker complexion, and she was just not having it. She's saying these insults at me. I'm still cleaning my house, yada yada. And one of these teenagers took her bag of cleaning supplies and they ran. Oh my goodness! This woman had a knife and she tossed it, almost hit the kid. And then she's like, "Yeah, you tried to kill me, you did, And then she used a bad word that no one should ever use. Oh my goodness! So there are people that just want to be left alone, and some kids, they think it's funny and goofy because they see it on YouTube. No, it's not. People just want to be left alone, and especially when it's already 5 o'clock, and they got to take a bus an hour to get home. They're tired already.
Let me see. So, how much for my 49 fans? How much you think Debo gonna get
Gonna get what?
in his contract? New contract.
Debo or you?
No, not Debo. I'm sorry, wrong person. Wrong position. Nick Bosa.
Oh yeah, Nick Bosa. Oh, he had a fun answer. Was it today? He says, "I'll get paid whatever I'm worth."
Yeah.
Simple words.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 24. 24, maybe 26. I don't think it's about the number per year. I think it's more about his guaranteed money that he's worried about because he wants a better team.
Yeah,
I do think you'll pay him the bag though. You'll make him the highest paid defensive end in the league.
yeah. Like for me, like one thing I've noticed is that every time like our players are going to reset the market, they always like with Fred Warner. Everyone said, "Oh, he wanted 20 million and he got paid 19 million dollars." So he technically sort of reset the market, but not by much. Then when Debo, he wants to get paid like $25 million per season, and then when you looked at the numbers of the contract, it was way below market value. So I think the Niners, how they do the contracts is that because like Debo this year is making $1 million fully guaranteed. Next year he's making $8 million fully guaranteed, and then the final year he's making $19 million. But the next 2 seasons, the rest of his money is all incentives. That's why the cap is very, very high.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think Bosa will probably get between the 25 and 27 million. I don't think he's going to reset the market, but I think he's going to say, I want more guaranteed money and less guaranteed on the bonuses. And next year, I think Ayuk, may not reset the market. So like, I think the players want to be here. I could be wrong, but I do think the players that we have want to be here.
What do you think, David Mayniner?
I think Brass has a plan that none of us know about, and if you think about it, like Trent Williams is getting older, he's gonna retire soon. You can't keep everybody thing. The cap does go up, so that's one thing that's working in our favor here. Is the cap does go up and our team does draft well. So I would honestly love to keep Debo if he's playing like the top 5 receiver he's claiming he's going to be, and Ayuk. I would love to keep them both. And it could really happen. I mean, a lot of players are willing to take hometown discounts to stick around.
And if they buy into a team culture, they'll definitely stick around. It's more easier to pay when they buy into the culture than it is on a losing team.
But that's another thing too. The culture, we're constantly contending, and why would you want? If you're a competitor, why would you want to leave that?
Yeah. Right? You don't want to go to a bad team and you'll be the highest paid and just stat pad every year, not do anything. Yeah.
Well, that was Trent Williams. He had his big bag, but he had to sit out for a minute, and he only got paid like 10,000 more. Maybe it was 100. I think it was like 10,000 more than the next guy. He didn't really get paid more because of state tax, but that was kind of a emphasis point on his side was, I want it to look like I got paid more, even though I don't, because of the state tax.
I know, yeah. When it comes to taxes, it doesn't matter where you live. You pay your taxes no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one thing about our economic system in this country. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're whatever you pay, you pay. Unfortunately, the Niners are located in the Bay Area. That bracket is, not like everywhere else in the world. So, that's why I gotta, I'm working a lot of hours, not because I want to, it's because it's not cheap to live here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when it comes to the players, yeah, doesn't matter if you're in Nevada or Dallas, or Texas or New York. It doesn't matter. Every like wherever the residence of the person is, that's where they pay the taxes. Nowhere else.
me see what else.
I just got for a job a couple weeks ago working at Tahoe, but I was like, oh, that's really low. But you know what? It's better than doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, my bills are pretty low, so pretty fortunate. But then I started thinking tonight, is that in California or Nevada? So I had to message the guy and ask him, you know, because that's a big difference. Because obviously it's like a lot lower than normally, but it's go to Tahoe, so it's like it might be worth, you know, just the view. But then again, you know, if it's California, I can't do it at all.
Yeah, I know. Well, I hope. Well, like this is off topic. I hope one day, in the near future, we can. California won't be as expensive as most places, but you know.
And so, I know this is not a 49er question, but this is what y'all think about the Saints with Derek Carr, John Gruden, and their head coach. These Saints don't have a winning season.
I don't have any faith in the Saints. I don't have faith in the Saints. Not because they're of their quarterback. Like we've had this conversation. I just think they're overrated. Like their players are getting older. I know they cut players. I know they restructured contracts to pay Derek Carr the money he wanted. You know, so Dennis Allen, who I think now is in his second season.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And that's the reason why, like, the only team I feel confident in that division is the Falcons. But maybe Derek Carr, you know, and the Saints could win that division. Like last year, when we played the Saints, it was like a 13-0. Like the Saints really played us really, really well. They played us really well. I know Saints fans said that, you know, that the referees cheated because Nick Bosa was, you know, offsides. Like he did move exactly when the ball came out. So I don't know if he was offsides. But at the end of the day, like that's a tough division. I don't know who's going to win that division. And remember, I got to do my NFL poll. I just remember I got to do that. And I have to set up the brackets. I have to put the win-loss, the over-unders, you know, this and that, because I'm in charge of my betting thing this year. So, so I got to do my research and get the right numbers. Because I think this year we're gonna have like the most we've had in a while. Because we've invited some people, so we got about 30 people. They're all chipping in $50. So the poll I think will be over $1,000. I got to do the math. So I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah, I don't know their schedule, but I will say, like, I got no problem with Gruden getting back. But Carr had one of the best receivers in the league last year. It didn't work out for him, but they could have turned it around and been the Vikings. So, like, I believe in Michael. Was it Michael Thomas though? I think they got the McNamara or that running back. So, yeah, it's in their division right now, but I think they'll be like. They'll probably just miss the playoffs, or maybe they win one game.
I know, like the last couple of years, Tom Brady's been in that division. I think that was the first time that they had a winner of the division three years in a row in 2020, 2021, and even last year when they made the playoffs. But for those who, like my boy Blake, you know what? I think I'm going to have Blake on my show sometimes this offseason because he says that since that division was created, no team wins that division back-to-back years. That's why, you know, that's why I have Atlanta winning that division because I don't really think, you know, that because like the Saints look good, but we'll see how they do when they play. Because like right now on paper, the Saints are the best team in that division, but I said last year we were supposed to beat the Bears, and we didn't. Or what was that a few years ago? Or anyway, whenever we played the Bears. On paper, we were the better team.
One.
But yeah. I'm waiting for my dinner to arrive. Gotta have my dinner, go to bed early. Gotta go to work.
I gotta finish up the Niners question. I'm already at 10. But see, I have to erase YTCs out and then put 49ers in there. This shit. So I did 10 questions already. 10 answers, I mean. So I just got to finish it up.
Sweet.
Yep.
So, let's see what else. Anything else happen?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I have a question.
Okay.
Corey, if it's okay, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
The whole thing with Javon and Grant Cohn, what was that whole situation? I think he said something about the injuries, and then Javon actually saw him and got in his face and got emotional with him, like not physical, but enough in his face to be like, how could you say those things about me? Because at the end of the day, the 49er players are, they have families. They it's a job for them. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering if anybody knew exactly what happened in that situation, how, and then there were other people, and I also heard that other people, didn't side with him, and he said, well, I made you who you are, and because of that, you guys are ungrateful, and and he said, and he cursed at them and stuff, So I was wondering if anybody knew about that situation when Grant Cohn went to Levi Stadium, and Javon actually saw him and called him out on it.
Didn't see that.
That was last year's stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
last year.
So basically, this is Grant's side again. I don't take no stock on anybody. So Javon Kinlaw had a picture of a squirrel, and he said people call him Mook Dog. Grant Cohn can sometimes be a little bit, I don't want to say anything bad about a person who I don't really know, but he kind of had oh, you know what? Let me go up to him. I don't know if he was being very serious, but apparently Javon Kinlaw did not appreciate that the way it happened. So again, I'm using Grant Cohen's his story, and then Grant went back to a corner, and then Kinlaw went back to him, and then he stood over him. Very large dude. I don't know how tall Grant is, but very large dude. And then he's like, "Don't call me Mook Dog" or whatever. And then, he posted the video about is it the fact that you have 80-year-old knees? Is it the fact that you were a bust? I don't know if he was taking shots at him. I don't know if he was making an assessment, but the way he portrayed that moment was a little bit kind of disrespectful. I know a lot of people we're all grown men here. Don't ever make anything personal because it will bite you in the back. So then Grant,
that's not what happened though.
So what?
It was the opposite of that actually. So because he posted that picture of him eating a squirrel, right? So Grant in a press conference asked him about the squirrel pic because Grant's weird and actually. He made the guy laugh and open up and talk about him, and it actually built a friendship. But what happened was Grant went on with his dad and talked about 80-year-old knees because he was hurt. And, Lowell is famous for he had a San Francisco Giants player on, and he had the same dispute saying the same thing back in the day. And Grant was live, and he said it, and Kinlaw got on and goes, look, I'm trying to provide for my family. You need to, basically keep my name out your mouth. And maybe he went a little overboard. But before that, Grant seen him in practice. It's like, dude, I'm trying to make money for my family. Like, I grew up homeless and this and that. And so he walked up to Grant and he knocked Grant's hat off his head. And so then Grant got on his, YouTube and just started trashing him. And then in the meantime, freaking Jesse Naylor was like, hey, he's in the chat. He's trying to call in. So then he called in and then they had their little beef. That whole thing. And then Grant won't say a bad thing about him since. But you can't deny he's had injury problems. But nobody's writing him off like they're writing Trey Lance off. Everybody's like, oh, go make your bag somewhere else, Javon Kinlaw. Like it's the quarterback situation, that nobody's bitching about.
So at the end of the day, okay, as a person with an outside perspective, and someone who does not really choose sides, from an outside perspective, Grant did his job. He basically did what he's supposed to do, asked the questions. Then he did his little YouTube post. He said what he said. You can't take it back. Then Kinlaw, during that altercation, I don't know what was in his mouth, but if you're chewing for 5 minutes, I don't know if it was food, but if you have food in your mouth and you're chewing, 30 seconds at the most, he must have had something else in his mouth that was.
It could have been chaw.
So at the end of the day, Kinlaw, looked like a bozo, trying to try to say, you know what, where I'm from, the other players in the locker room, they're not going to confront you. Where I come from, I'm going to confront you. That's not a good way. But the same thing, Grant should not have put him on his show. So overall, at the end of the day, I think everybody knew even before that the injury concerns of Javon Kinlaw was questionable. And a year later, Grant was right. A year later, that's why you wait 1 year. A year later, Grant was right. It's kind of hard for me to say that because during that moment, I was punking on Grant because you don't carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe where I come from, if you do that, you're on the ground sleeping. But at the end of the day, Grant was right. He could not stay healthy this year.
We don't know that Grant was right yet. We don't know if Trey Lance is injury prone.
So
to me, we don't know because I'm going to give him one more year. They were both kind of probably out of place, and that's why John Lynch had to go in there. And Grant won't say another bad thing. But what happened with Grant is people that sided with Javon, two people that I know of for sure don't go on his show anymore. And one of them just started, and there was a third that just started, or two. There was actually four. Two of them came back on. I couldn't tell you the exact details behind the scene, but I know two of them for sure don't come on because of that. Because it's like, I made you got 8,000 followers, and this and that. But I mean, at the beginning of the day, because I want to start that phrase. Beginning of the day, he won't say, I don't know. I just like to be different, and I've said that a few times in streams tonight, but it's not picking up. But it was just kind of a messed up situation because, my whole thing is, look, Grant played baseball. Okay, I played a lot of sports in my mid-30s. My whole thing is that what is Grant going to do to where he can't show up to work? He might bite his freaking tongue or lip, right? So you're talking about people that whether they're injury prone or had, chronic injuries or whatever. These guys are trying to make their bag. You're going in there asking them questions. You're turning around and you're talking crap to them, and you're showing up the next day asking questions again. The only thing Grant can do is bite his freaking tongue or lip. All right, so he shouldn't be talking about injuries. All right, because he's not going to get one. Unless he gets a limp freaking ass sitting on his ass talking to his microphone. That's what pisses me off about the whole thing.
I know, and then the funny thing about it, I have never heard of a situation where an organization sat down a player and a reporter about that. So it shows you that the organization, the front office, saw what happened. So they know that there are people in that building that watch Grant Cohen, because I have never ever heard, I don't know if that's a president if that's ever happened in the NFL, because I've seen, again, I'm not as old as most people, I'm not as young as most people, but I remember one time, Lawrence Taylor, someone interviewed him, and they said, "Yo, man, like you're a cocaine headed whatever, yada yada," and he blew up and choked the reporter. Okay, choked the reporter because he didn't like that, even though it was true that he was a user of coke. He felt personally attacked, so he grabbed the human being and grabbed it from the neck. So, welcome to how sports used to be. I remember the Bob.
I remember
Knight.
that also, actually, John Jay.
Yeah, I remember Bob Knight when he was in Indiana. He threw a chair. He would argue with referees. He would kick and punch his players.
Still alive?
So I don't know. He's probably in his 90s. And then one time, I was at a basketball game, a college basketball game, the USF Dons, and they were playing Gonzaga, and Gonzaga and the SF Dons do not like each other, and these are college athletes. And one of the Gonzaga players, he got punked on the court, and then he basically started like roughhousing, like things happen in the heat of the moment. Like a lot of people think this is brand new. This has been happening in sports so long.
Yeah.
So long. It's just that I don't want to sound like like I'm super old, but if you've never seen that, I'm sorry if this comes out a little bit harsh. You're not a sports fan, because reporters and players have always had fights. Players have always been on fights, and of course, I think YTC, who's a Yankee fan, and the Boston rivalry. I remember when Alex Rodriguez got that elderly, bench coach and tossed him on the ground. A dude who was in his 30s knocked a guy who was almost in his 80s. It gets very heated in sports.
Yeah, I forgot.
It's thing too, because more cameras now. Back then there was no cameras,
Yeah, back then you had to trust off the reports you see on the newspapers compared, than actually on social media. Yeah, you'd have to trust your local news outlet, and also whatever you saw in the newspapers the following morning. So
yeah,
Right, would have lost his privilege to be on the Niners if it was up to the Niners. The NFL does it, so the Niners have no control over it. My whole thing is, if I'm going to go and I'm going to talk crap about all my coworkers and all my work to live TV to 64 or 5K followers, if I go do that to my coworkers and my bosses, to all these people, guess what? I go in the next day and I'm asking questions. Guess how long I'm going to have a job?
Mm-hmm.
It should be one or the other, not both. And I don't care which one.
And unfortunately, the stereotype, if you watch any high school sports movies, the stereotype, how some teachers basically curve grades to athletes. That the stereotype of athletes, like they get a bit of a pass because what they do, and so it's not just Grant Cohen and Javon Kinlaw. It is an issue that people don't want to talk about. Like, I am not afraid to talk about very controversial topics because I'm not afraid. But that stereotype is true. Why do people over oh, this guy's an athlete, whatever. Like Michael Vick, he did something very horrific. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
He paid his dues. He did his time. He served, what he did. It was still wrong. Even when he got back out, this is how athletes are. He got a job because a coach sympathized with him and he was able to play. He wasn't the same player anymore, but it really shows you, like, our society really needs to look ourselves in the face and see how hypocritical we all are. Even myself, I'm a hypocritical person. So,
yeah. This thing now, this is my question for Mr. Gruden. Going to work with the Saints. Is he going to be a distraction for the Saints, or it's not going to be a big thing? Because you know
I
what
mean,
the
this.
reporter's going to ask?
Uh-huh.
What questions they going to be asking?
About the emails, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what happened.
All the players.
Rightfully so, right?
Yeah, they leaked the emails about him and Jay Gruden, his brothers. So yeah.
It was different. Joe got away with it, but John Gruden didn't. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah, so John, so I know the players. The running back, like Carr might have a great game. A good old game. And the reporter might say, how's working with John Gruden? Is John Gruden? It's gonna be just about him.
It was Penis.
That same team I say about Colin Kaepernick. If any team that brings Colin Kaepernick back, any team, it's not gonna be about the team. It's gonna be about Colin Kaepernick. How's he in? He's gonna bring all different kind of reporters in there. It's not gonna be sports reporters. It's gonna be political reporters. And they're gonna be asking the question: how's it is in the locker room with Colin Kaepernick? Is he a good locker room person? It's gonna be totally off the subjects of the game. It's gonna be like a distraction.
And again, that was what, 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Not that makes you know what I mean. It doesn't make it doesn't make it right, but again, things 20 years ago too.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what your thoughts on the whole in-law.
Okay, so I can't think of anything else to talk about. But I just got to do one more thing before I let y'all go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
One more time.
Ow.
I think we should end it like this. A perfect ending with that wonderful photo. We should end it like this, Corey. Perfect.
Believe what you want.
Hey, you can make it home.
Come week 3, we shattered that reality.
That's funny.
Watch and see. Like I said, when I went on the Instagram, the look, see if you made a comment, anything. I said, first I thought, oh man, because it's all black and there's no pictures there. I'm like, oh man, he might got mad at me and kicked me out, blocked me. He might say, Corey, get out of here. I ain't doing a show with you tonight with that thumbnail.
No, I'm not.
That's a great show as always, Corey. This is a good ending right there.
Yep.
Too bad that won't happen week 3, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I can't
Go
wait for
Niners and F those Lambs.
I smell
that
game.
Yeah. Great show.
YTC, what you got going on for this week?
Well, just Saturday baseball. That's it. I've cut down my schedule. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been focusing on a lot of things. Yeah, I've been busy. Yeah.
Okay. John Jay, what you have plans?
Yeah, see, I'm going to be on your show tomorrow with the Niners trivia. Once I get a permanent schedule, I'm going to start streaming again. So at the moment, I'll just be posting short videos because I wanted to stream today, but I didn't get home until 6 o'clock. But great show.
Yep. I had to get out dollars early. I went in early today. I went in at 10:30 today. Oh, somebody came in. Probably Jeff.
Jeffy.
Yes, him.
Jeffy got me all riled up with that question.
What?
Or is that a freezer? I can't tell.
What?
You sure that ain't Corona's freezer?
No, I don't bother with his freezer.
Okay.
So David
Oh, that's my ceiling. That was my ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah.
David McKnight, what you doing this week?
Well, tomorrow night we got the 49ers trivia show. Then Friday night we got No Border Sports NFL variety show. Saturday morning I'll be on with Bryant Culp for Coffee Talk. And same thing with Sunday morning.
Okay. And the ladies not doing it tomorrow, right?
Yeah, right now it's every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm doing the show early at 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Because we're doing 20 questions, so be ready. 20 questions. And it's chapter 1. Because I skipped chapter 1. Because I did an example. And I'm not going to be able to answer any of your questions in chapter 1. You know why? Because in the book, when I did it, I circled some of the answers already. So I can't answer that. It'd be cheating.
Man, Tom Brady.
So I won't be able to score nothing on this one. So I'm going to be stuck where I'm at right now.
So the books you ordered, what year are they going to be?
I didn't pay attention to that. One book has Joe Montana on the front of the cover. The other book had a lot of players on it. The third one, I don't know who it is. It was number 28. I couldn't see that good. And the reason why I order all 3 of them like that, because I say, you know what? It might happen like that when I ordered the NFL trivia book. Never showed up. So I said I'll order 3. At least one of them has to show up.
That's what I say about our quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 7 Pacific time. And then Friday.
ITC is cool. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
YTC is cool, yeah.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah.
And then Friday, I'll be on No Border Sports. And in the morning with Brian Cup. Saturday and Sunday mornings. And then Sunday, I'll be able to be. Oh, I might not be on Saturday morning. I might be. I can, because I'm supposed to be going to a graduation. My cousin that went to 49 game, that helped us get backstage.
Oh, congrats!
Pictures. He graduated.
Your cousin, then.
Yeah, congrats.
I'll be going to his graduation celebration. I forgot all about that.
Mm-hmm. Congrats to him. Yeah.
Nice, congrats.
And then don't worry about that, Bebop. No, you don't have to send me no money. Should be in.
Are you doing your trivia by like season?
Yeah, it's a good filler for off-season content. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Because during the season, you're gonna probably do post game shows anyways about the game.
Yeah.
So mostly, and also
Yeah.
reviews it after. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing pick'ems.
The
I'll go back
pick'ems
to
and
doing
yeah, yeah, the post game shows reactions right after the game, like about a few hours after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start my own post game show as well the day after, more than likely. So yeah, I'm also doing mine.
All right. I don't keep everybody up there. Let me just do this first. Then y'all can stay there.
Oh.